Millennium Sports presents Bright Lights 5A Division I by-district championship football as the OD Wyatt Chaparrals meet the Richland Royals. Tonight's game is of DFW, Bank Original, More Than Air Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth, Doty Construction and Real Estate, Danielle and Josh Doty. Our Country Homes of DFW, custom homes you can afford. Mesero Mexican Restaurant of Southlake, Allied Pest Control of Northwest Richland Hills and DFW, Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth. Author C. Bivens' book, Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available now on Amazon. And Harris Ratings Weekly of Corinth and Van Harris. Now, let's join Brendan Snow and John Frow at Clark Stadium in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yes, live from Herman Clark Stadium right here in Fort Worth for a by-district playoff matchup here in 5A Region 1, Division 1 between the Richland Royals taking on the OD Wyatt Chaparrals. OD Wyatt, first time in 20-plus years, they clinched hardware by being co-District 4 5A champs alongside Arlington Heights. It was a big accomplishment for Coach Zachary Chris and all the Chris family who go back 40-something years with OD Wyatt. You'll hear more about that in the pregame in our interviews with Coach Jed Kates and Coach Antoine Chris. But first, this is the More Than Air pregame show, preparing you for the OD Wyatt Chaparrals 8-2, 7-1 in district play against the Richland Royals, who went 7-3, 6-2 in District 3 5A. Richland finished behind Aledo and Denton Ryan in the district, and again, OD Wyatt tied with Arlington Heights. And we'll be keeping an eye on those games tonight, all throughout the pregame and through the broadcast, giving you score updates. But first, we take a time out on the More Than Air pregame show. When we return, I have a quick chat with OD Wyatt coach Antoine Chris, brought to you by State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. Back after this timeout.
Danielle Doty is the broker-owner of Doty Real Estate, a boutique brokerage in Southlake, Texas, serving surrounding areas. The Doty team provides luxury services for every price point, with diligence, distinction, and devotion, staying on top of pricing trends and local dynamics. A proud mother of 5 kids, Danielle Doty prioritizes giving back to the community. Enjoy the game. More Than Air serves DFW with high-quality sales and service of heating and air systems from Trane and other quality manufacturers. Choosing More Than Air offers temperature control and peace of mind. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a full system overhaul, call More Than Air 972-383-9510 or go online to more.
And here with OD Wyatt Chaparrals assistant head football coach Antoine Chris. This interview brought to you by State Farm Agents of Fort Worth. Coach, in the by-district round in the playoffs, a lot of teams have finished up their season, but OD Wyatt still playing, and that's a big deal for Wyatt this year, claiming half of that district title. It's been the first time in over 20 years. Kind of talk about the success this year.
Man, it's been great. It's been bittersweet because Hasn't been done since I was in high school. I was actually a junior when we brought home a district championship, and I was a senior when we won more than 7 games. So being part of both of those record-breaking or history-making days, hopefully we can bring home another gold ball. That's what we've been preaching to these guys all offseason.
Yeah, and then talk about what have you been preaching to those guys this offseason and this season that got them here, and then what are you telling them here tonight? What kind of extra motivation can you give even when it's such an important game?
Man, we've been in real close games all year, so no game is bigger than the other. We're trying to be 1-0 each day. 1-0 each day, get better each day. 1% better than the previous day. So that's what I'm just preaching, man. Just be 1-0 today. These guys, the motto in all offseason has been to finish, and we've been doing a good job of that. We're senior-led by a couple of good seniors. They've been doing a great job. And today, let's just do the same thing we've been doing and finish.
And then talk about you're playing against the Richland Royals tonight. Just what do you see from them preparing for the Coach Jed Kates?
Man, we've been on Coach Kates, man, going back since I first started in the coaching world at OD Wyatt as a defensive coordinator. Man, great guy, well-coached team. They got speed. You know, we're familiar with their 4x1 over there and how they can run. Well-disciplined ball team. Anytime it's a Coach Kates team, we understand they're going to be a well-coached team. So we're preparing for that tonight, and we just have to be able to finish once again.
Well, Coach, appreciate you giving us a few minutes here in the pregame. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, man. I was going to do the interview.
And that interview with OD Wyatt, assistant head coach Antoine Chris, brought to you by State Farm agent Earl Wood. When we come back on the More Than Air pregame show, I have a chat with Richland Royals head coach Jed Kates. Back.
A minor accident can turn into a hassle. Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood offers auto insurance with a combination of service, price, and protection. Earl's office is at 2900 South Hewland, Suite 50 in Fort Worth. Details available online at earlwood.biz. That's earlwood.biz. Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Danielle Doty is the broker-owner of Doty Real Estate, a boutique brokerage in Southlake, Texas, serving surrounding areas. The Doty team provides luxury services for every price point with diligence, distinction, and devotion, staying on top of pricing trends and local dynamics. A proud mother of 5 kids, Danielle Doty prioritizes giving back to the community. Enjoy the game.
Fort Worth State Farm agent.
Back on the More Than Air pregame show. Now I'm joined with Richland Royals head coach Jed Kates. This conversation sponsored by More Than Air. Coach Kates, it's by-district round of playoffs, is the most exciting time of the year. Once again, your team is still playing here at Game 11. Talk about the season the Royals had and how it comes together tonight.
Well, you know, now I'm proud to say we plan on being here this time of year, but we don't take it for granted. We know that half the state of Texas is putting their equipment up, and we want to see how long we can play. I love coaching these kids. We want to see how long we can coach them. We hope it's several weeks.
And your opponent tonight, OD Wyatt out of Fort Worth. Talk about, I didn't really find a history between these two schools over the past few years. Is there anything about OD Wyatt and Coach Chris that you're familiar with?
I've known the Chris brothers for 30 years, and they are a coaching institution. And Anthony Sr., Anthony, and now Zach have been the head coaches at Wyatt High School for, I think, 30 years or more. And so I was at Arlington Heights before Richland, so right here in the Fort Worth ISD, coached against them, know them very well. They're unbelievable men, and they really are an institution when it comes to OD Wyatt. When you think of OD Wyatt, you should think of the Chris family. They're fine people.
Yeah, I'm not mistaken. I think it's 38 of the last 42 years. There's been a Chris, heir of the Chris's coaching at Fort Worth Wyatt. No, they are the Chaparrals. And then, so what does that tell you, knowing them, being familiar with them? What's their style from Coach Chris?
Well, number one, their kids are disciplined, and he doesn't have a bunch of them, but they'll play hard for him because they love him, and then they are always physical. The Chaparrals are always physical. So we kind of hope to match that early and then figure it out from there, but they're tough and they're disciplined, and that is always because of coaching.
Yeah, you talk about being tough. I mean, they run for, 245 yards per game. They are a run-first team without a doubt. I have a nice senior running back in Dale Brown and the quarterback Kentrell Stewart. He can do a lot. What do you see from those playmakers on film?
Well, they're dynamite, and the quarterback in particular, he's the straw that stirs the drink, as they say, you know. And if we don't slow him down, then it's going to be a tough night. So he can run it, he can throw it, and just when you think he's gonna hand it off, he pulls it, and he's out there by himself, and he can go the distance. The running back is a good physical, tough guy, and it's kind of an O.D. Wyatt type offense, you know. They're going to ground and pound. They're going to try to get first downs, and if we can tackle well, I think that'll give us a shot.
And then on offense for the Royals, I mean, we know Richland, a dynamite attack, definitely leading the way. Ja'Shawn Gibson, I mean, he's still at 180 yards per game, basically. He's just a monster back there. But Brett Kates, quarterback, he's coming along very well as the season's gone on.
Thanks, yeah. You know, Ja'Shawn is just a fine young man that happens to be a really, really, really good player, explosive as he can be, and as a captain. Brett also was voted captain in August, so that's when you got your running back and your quarterback voted captain, you know you have a chance to be good, because not only are they good players, but they're leaders too, and it's shown every game we played all year.
And then real quick, special teams for the for these two teams. I think there was like 5 return touchdowns from Wyatt this year between the punt and kick return game. Talk about how important that is tonight.
We're not kicking it to them. It's pretty simple. We're going to kick it short. I don't care if they know it. We're going to kick it short, have somebody else catch it, unless the wind's with us. And those guys are electric. They don't even need anybody to block for them, and they go to the house. So we're not messing with those two in the back. We're going to try to find somebody else to kick it to. Maybe it'll roll on the ground a little bit. Maybe we can get one like we did last week.
Sounds like a good plan, Coach. Looking forward to seeing it unfold tonight. Thank you for giving us some time here in the pregame.
Thank you.
All right, that interview with Coach Jed Kates brought to you by More Than Air of Richland. When we come back on the More Than Air pregame show, I'll have a little scouting reports on Fort Worth O.D. Wyatt, brought to you by State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth.
This commercial isn't about us. It's about you. It's about you and your first sip of your jalapeno margarita. It's about you and the fresh avocado and your shrimp ceviche. You and your family enjoying a good meal and good company. Celebrating with your closest friends, making a toast to a good year. Dessert, your favorite, Cinco Leches. When it's about you, you know you're at the right place. Make your reservation. Make it about you. Make it
Welcome home. Our Country Homes, a third-generation DFW-owned custom builder. We focus on clients' needs, building homes on lots or at any of our 18 lifestyle communities. Call 817-229-0344 or go to ourcountryhomes.com. And
well, it is the More Than Air pregame show. It is now time to scout the O.D. Wyatt Chaparrals, brought to you by State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. O.D. Wyatt 8-2 overall record. They went 7-1 in District 4-5A. Finished with a part of the district championship, tied with Arlington Heights with that 8-2, with that 7-1 4-5A record. The head coach, his 19th season. He's a 904 overall record. His brother and father were both head coaches at O.D. Wyatt before him. Heard him mention in that pregame interview with the Coach Kates that a Chris brother or father or someone of the Chris bloodline has been a head coach for O.D. Wyatt 38 of the last 42 years. Offense coordinator is Dominique Chris. And on offense for Wyatt, and the quarterback's Kentrell Stewart, a 6', 160 junior, averages 130 passing yards a game with 20 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's very dangerous with his legs, 725 rushing yards on the season, 5 touchdowns on the ground, 73 rushing yards, so have to contain Kentrell Stewart's legs. The running back's Dale Brown, the 5'11", 190 senior. He's rushed for 1,152 yards and 13 touchdowns this season. Averages over 100 yards per contest. And they also use Justin Lindley, the backup running back and an H-back 5'9", 160 junior, 313 yards rushing on 44 attempts. That's 7.1 yards a carry, along with 2 touchdowns. On the outside, Lexington Bird, a dangerous ex-wide receiver. The senior, 6'2", 170 pounds, 365 receiving yards, 21 catches, 17.4 yards a catch, and 6 touchdowns. And they'll hand the ball off to him. He has 14 rushing attempts for 94 yards on the season. That's about 7 yards a pop. Other wide receiver, Alan Bain on the outside, a 5'11", 170 junior, averages 26 yards a catch, 10 catches, 259 yards in the season. Had 2 catches for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns last week in the win over South Hills. And on offense, the left tackle, the big returner, Carlos Reed, all-district second teamer last year, 6'3", 300-pound junior at left tackle. Tyrese Garland, this sticks out to you, the left guard, 6'5", senior, 400 pounds. That's a big mauler to run behind if you're running back Dale Brown. Also on the line, Ed Kindles, the center, Tavion Jackson, a 290-pound, 6-foot senior at right guard, and Amir Leggins, a 300-pound, 6'2" O.D. Wyatt. Offense, well, on the numbers for Wyatt, 245 rushing yards per game, 125 passing, and they're +1 in the turnover margin. On defense for Wyatt, they're led by Dejon Everett, the defensive end, a 6'3", 195-pound senior with 9 sacks on the year. The other defensive end, Daryl Griggs, the second, a 6'4" senior. He's got a sack and 36 stops on the season. Linebackers, the Rovers, Anthony Mims. He's a 5'11", 180 senior, 5 tackles for a loss and 64 tackles. And Javier Henry, sophomore linebacker, 5'11", 170. He's one to keep an eye on. 87 tackles to lead the team, 6 of them for a loss, and he's forced 4 fumbles. And in the secondary, Malachi Mingo, the free safety, 40 tackles, 2 interceptions, a defensive touchdown, along with a freshman safety, Okoye Stewart, a 5'11", 170-pound freshman. And Camarion Harrison and Carmel Jones are the cornerbacks. Defensive for Wyatt, defensive coordinators, Antoine, Chris. The numbers, the Chaparrals allow 196 rushing yards per game on 5.7 yards a carry. They've forced 3 fumbles. And passing game, they only allow 88 passing yards per game. 12 touchdowns through the air, 5 interceptions for the O.D. Wyatt secondary. 284 total yards of offense allowed per game. 25 points allowed per contest for O.D. Wyatt. That has been a look at the Chaparrals, brought to you by State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. We'll take another timeout in the More Than Air pregame show. In return, we'll have a scouting report on the Richland Royals, brought to you by Old Pancake House of Fort Worth. The Royals and the Chaparrals by district play this timeout.
Wasps buzzing in your backyard? Spiders and ants taking over your kitchen? Rodents planning a housewarming party in your attic? Quadrants Pest keeps pests out and your home safe.
Since 1963, the Harris Ratings Weekly has provided Texas high school football coaches and fans complete rating services, including the power ratings for all UIL football teams, from 2A to 6A, with the top 10 rankings and the point differentials for each game each week. For more information, call Harris Ratings Weekly and Van Harris at 940-498-5176. That's 940-498-5176. And they're online at harrisratings.com. Harris Ratings Weekly. Another proud supporter.
Established in 1962, the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth is Tarrant County's best. Located at 1509 South University. Open daily, 24 hours, and home of the Mega Pancake Challenge. You can reach us at 817-336-0311 to order in or for catering. See our menu online at oldsouthpancakehouse.com. And
Gonna go for a mega pancake challenge right now from Old South Pancake House. That would be a great pregame meal here in the More Than Air pregame show. And now we're going to talk more about the Richland Royals, thanks to our friends at Old South Pancake House. They're 7-3 overall. They went 6-2 in District 3 5A, finished in third place behind the Aledo Bearcats and the Denton Ryan Raiders. The Royals, coached by Jed Kates in his 16th year with Richland, holds a record with the Royals of 88-64. Excuse me, that's 14 years with the Royals. He's 88-64, 9-5 in the playoffs, and then his career record is 108-69. As he coached at Arlington Heights for a couple years before coming over to Richland. And for the Royals offense, they're coached on offense by Lamar Kirk, the OC. The quarterback's Brett Kates, son of Jed, a 5'10", 175-pound junior. The running back, heard I mention him earlier, Jay Sean Gibson. He's electric, the 5'9", 180-pound junior with offers from TCU, Baylor, Texas Tech, Arkansas, and all kinds of big-time schools. He has 1,773 yards rushing on the season, 9.3 yards a carry, and 28 touchdowns. Oh, another 272 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. So 2,000 yards and 30 touchdowns from Jay Sean Gibson in 10 games this year. Lead receiver is Aaron Brooks, the senior slot receiver, the 5'9", 140-pounder. 819 yards on 46 catches. That's 17.8 yards a catch and 8 touchdowns, 82 yards a game for the senior. Played in all 10 games for the Royals. On the outside, you also have Theo Gray, the second, a 5'11", 155 senior. Averages 16 yards a catch, 241 yards, 3 touchdowns. And up front, 3 returners in the offensive line for Richland. Abraham Zapata, the left tackle, a 6', 250 junior. At right guard, Josiah Newble, a 6'2", 315-pound junior. And the right tackle, Caden Golightly, with an Angelo State offer. He's 6'3", 250-pound senior. The offensive line averages 677 pounds. The offense is made up of 5 senior starters, 6 juniors. 4 of those players were returners. The numbers for the Royals on offense: 257 yards per game on the ground, 36 rushing touchdowns, and they've coughed the ball up 2 times. That's a team that averaged 7.3 yards per carry. Passing for Richland, 206 yards per game, 19 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, about 59% passing completion percentage, and 17 yards a catch. The Royals averaged 463 yards of offense per game along with 42 points, and they are a positive +2 in the turnover differential column. Defense for the Royals, they're coached by Dudley McAfee. Their defensive line averages 6'3", 253 pounds across. There's 1 senior starter for the Royals, along with 5 juniors, 4 sophomores, and a freshman. On the 2 returners on the defense, they're both on the defensive line. Jeremiah Newble, 6'3", 235-pound sophomore. He's got 20 tackles in 8 games. And Quade Williams, a defensive tackle, 6'2", 270-pound junior. He's got 35 tackles, 9 of them for loss, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, along with a Stephen F. Austin offer for Quade Williams. And the linebackers, you have 3 sophomores. Jacob Martinez, the right outside linebacker, 21 tackles and 2 picks. Hunter Yost in the middle, the 6', 195 with 77 tackles to lead the way. And Darion Jones, a 6', 200-pound sophomore at the weak side linebacker. He's got 62 tackles, 2 of them for a loss, a sack and a pick, a forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries in 8 games. And in the secondary, you find that freshman, Marvin Hodge, the free safety, 5'11", 160 freshman with 22 stops on the year. And cornerbacks, Bryson Johnson, 5'10", 170 junior, 21 tackles and a pick. And Jackson Walker on the other side, a 6', 170 senior with 27 tackles and 2 interceptions. Brett Kates handles the punts for Richland. Beck Spivey, a junior, handles the kicks. And that is a Richland Royals. Brought to you by South Pancake House of Fort Worth. We got one more timeout on the More Than Air pregame show. When we return, we'll have our starting lineups, national anthem, field conditions, keys to victory, and set up for kickoff here in the 5A Region 1 bi-district playoff opener between the Richland Royals and the Wyatt Chaparrals, back on the Millennium Sports Network after these messages.
With seasonal weather changes, More Than Air is now offering a fall heat and air system tune-up for just $75.95. Our family-operated business in the DFW area offers personalized service, expert solutions, and a commitment to your comfort. With us, you're not just a client, you're part of the family. Call More Than Air at 972-383-9510 or go online at morethan.air.com.
Wasps buzzing in your backyard? Spiders and ants taking over your kitchen? Rodents planning a housewarming party in your attic? Not on our watch. Alliance Pest keeps pests out and your home safe.
S&B Fence is faith-based, family-owned, and fiercely driven. Driven to make a difference in our clients, community, and industry. Beyond roofing, we offer premium exterior services for your home, specializing in fencing, gutters, siding, painting, Christmas lights, and more. We have served the DFW area for over 20 years and are licensed and insured. Make your biggest investment, your home's exterior, more beautiful, safe, and secure. For help, call S&B Fence at 817-281-8733 or see us online at snbfence.com.
Richland O.D. Wyatt getting set to start soon, very soon. Coming up momentarily, our national anthem here at Herman Clark Stadium. Before we give our starting line,
Would you please stand for the playing of our national anthem? And please remain standing until the colors have left the field.
Starting lineups brought to you by Our Country Homes of DFW. Starting for O.D. Wyatt, quarterback, 6', 160-pound junior Kentrell Stewart. His running back, Dale Brown, a 5'11", 190-pound senior. Ex-wide receiver Lexington Bird, the senior, 6'2", 170 pounds. The Z on the other side, that's Alan Bain, a 5'11", 170-pound junior. The Y wide receiver in the slot, Montre Gant, a 6', 170-pound senior. And the H-back, Marcavion Toombs, the junior, 5'9", 150 pounds. Offensive line left to right for Wyatt. Carlos Reed, a 6'3", 300-pound junior. At left tackle, Tyrese Garland, a 6'5", 400-pound senior left guard. Ed Kendall's a 5'11", 280-pound junior at center. Tavion Jackson, a 200 90-pound, 6-foot senior right guard, and Amir Leggins, the right tackle, 6'2", 300-pound junior. D. Wyatt will receive the ball first, going left to right, kicking off for Richland. Beck Spivey, or excuse me, kicking off deep for, it's Richland in the red. Beck Spivey, and a low kick fielded by Malachi Mingo. Whistles blow. And this play is blown dead.
The kickoff is received by number 2, Malachi Mingo, for the Chaparrals. First and 10, Wyatt.
As we check out our North Texas chapter officiating crew, our referee Lance Browning, umpire John Tinker, head linesman Lance Osterman, side judge Michael Frazier, line judge Austin Thompson, field judge Jason Hickey, and back judge Dylan Huff. So the ruling has Richland deep in their own territory to start the ball game on their own 8. He went down to his knee to catch the ball, and it was ruled down for Malachi Mingo. Here's a handoff, first play up the middle, flag flies as Dale Brown had about 5 yards. But again, first checking on a flag. Accepted. It was offsides in the 1st and 5 for O.D. Wyatt. A handoff off right tackle for Dale Brown, and Richland snuffed it out all over, shutting down the edges. Sophomore linebacker Darian Jones, a 6', 200-pound sophomore. It is a no gain. 2nd down and 5. 2 receivers each way, a stack formation on the right for quarterback Kentrell Stewart. Now running back moves over, shotgun snap, Stewart the pass, steps up now to run, has room, a block out in front, sprung free up the near sideline, 40 in the open field, into Richland territory inside the 40 of the Royals before pushed out of bounds by Jackson Walker. A huge gain for Kentrell Stewart.
First down, Chaparral.
We'll call it, what about right at 50 yards, all the way to the 37 of Richland. 1st and 10. Kentrell Stewart, quick throw to the left side, a catch from Arcavion Toombs, but he's wrapped up immediately. Or no gain out on the stop. Quade Williams from his defensive tackle spot, the 6'2", 270-pound junior, along with Jacob Martinez, the 5'11", 170 sophomore linebacker. 2nd down and 10. Trips to the left. The lone receiver to the right, a run for Kentrell Stewart, slips the tackle, there he goes again, inside the 25. Wrapped up and driven down by Paxton Weeks, the strong safety. Up before another 1st down for Wyatt. $14 yards. 1st and 10, handoff, slipping through the first wave somehow. Dale Brown almost got all the way away. Another nice pickup of 3 yards on 1st. And try for the Chaparrals coming up on the 7th play. Started back on their own 8. Now a 2nd and 7. Movement up front before the snap. believe it's a free play as Kentrell Stewart rams up the middle. We're about 6 yards at the 14-yard line. Flag looked like it was offsides. Some mic issues for referee Lance Browning, but did say offsides. So free 5 yards makes it 2nd and 2. And 2 offsides on this opening drive for the Royals. Helping out the Chaparrals. 2nd and 2. 9.5 minutes first quarter. Handoff Dale Brown off right tackle. He's right at the line to gain and has enough to move the chains. First down to the 13. Another set of downs, 9th play on this opening drive for O.D. Wyatt. Dale Brown, the running back to the right. Kentrell Stewart, pressure coming, keeps it, disappears up the middle. And another good pickup on the QB keeper from the 12 to the 8, 4 yards. Get a first down inside the 4. No huddle for O.D. Wyatt. Offense coordinator Dominique Chris. Fake on the jet sweep. Keeper for Kentrell Stewart. Nobody home. Backside. Touchdown. O.D. Wyatt. 8-yard touchdown run for Kentrell Stewart. Puts O.D. Wyatt on the board first, 6-0, with 8:19 in the first quarter. Extra point on for Josh Acevedo, the junior, and he puts it through. And O.D. Wyatt with a strong opening drive, 10 plays, 92 yards, and a 7-0 lead. 8:19 in the first quarter. More Richland Royals, O.D. Wyatt, Chaparrals by districts playoff football on the Millennium Sports Network returns after a timeout. Chaparral struck first. Now the Royals will get the football there for the first time. Deep to return the kicks. Theo Gray, Kellen Williams, and Aaron Brooks. Waiting for the kick from Josh Acevedo. Ball on the tee at the 40. It's a low line drive. Filled up at the 15-yard line near side. Theo Gray, the second. There he goes across the 30th lane, where he's wrestled down out near the 43-yard line. Strong opening field position on this first drive for Richland, trailing 7-0, 8-12 in the first quarter. They're on their own 44. Brett Cates, the quarterback, with Jay Sean Gibson, the running back. Couple of juniors and a handoff to Jay Sean, trying to get wide right, cuts up, not much going for him. Just about 2 yards to the 46. He's running towards that side with Dejon Everett, the 6'3", 195-pound senior defensive end. Dejon on the stop, 60 5 of them on the year coming in. A tough side to run at. Now trips flip to the left for Brett Kates. A hand off to Jay-Sean Gibson. There goes Gibson, far side 40. It's a foot race. You're not going to catch him. Jay-Sean Gibson, touchdown Royals. 54 yards. The 29th rushing touchdown of the season for Jay-Sean Gibson. 32nd total touchdown. He's well over 1,800 yards rushing now on the year. And the extra point coming on for Beck Spivey, who's 55 of 56 on the year. Brett Kates to hold, Gavin Hamilton to snap. Operation is clean. And the Richland Royals tie it up in just 2 plays, 7:25 in the first quarter. Richland 6, the Richland 7, OD Wyatt 7. It's Millennium Sports coverage. Bi-district playoff football resumes in a moment.
More Than Air serves DFW with high-quality sales and service of heating and air systems from Trane and other quality manufacturers. Choosing More Than Air offers temperature control and peace of mind. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a full system overhaul, call More Than Air 972-383-9510 or go online to morethan-air.com.
7-7 already. 7:25 remaining in the first quarter. Just about 47 seconds on that drive for Richland. 2 plays. As Beck Spivey boots it away deep and goes over the head of the dangerous returner Malachi Mingo. You heard Coach Kates in the pregame said, we're not going to kick it to them. I was mentioning at Malachi 38.3 yards per kick return on 9 of them this season. 3 touchdowns in the long of 86. Oh, and then one of the other guys back there, Markavion Toombs, he hasn't returned a kick for a touchdown, but he has 2 punt return touchdowns. It's another dangerous weapon in the open field for OD Wyatt. Offense right back out. 1st and 10 on their own 25, 7:25 in the first. A handoff for Dale Brown, trying to find running room outside to the left, or off the right side, that is, and finds 1 yard. 1 yard pickup, 2nd down and 9. No deep safety showing for the Royals. It's a run for Kentrell Stewart. Breaks the tackle in the backfield and tripped up himself across the 30. He was picking up a head of steam. But that limits him to just about 4 on the run. And a 3rd and 5 for the Chaparrals. And Kentrell. Quick throw out, left side, catch an open space for Markavion Toombs. Fighting for the line, about a yard short. The Royals make a stand. In on the stops, Hunter Yost, the 6'1", 195 sophomore middle linebacker, along with Gage Goodwin, the 6'4", 220 junior D-end. And it's 4th and 1. For the moment, OD Wyatt offense staying out, and now a timeout taken by the Chaparrals with 6:20 remaining in the first quarter in a 7-7 ball game. Richland and OD Wyatt back on the Millennium Sports Network after the timeout.
S&B Roofing and Exteriors is faith-based, Fletcher family-owned, and fiercely driven, serving Keller and DFW since 2003. We have an exemplary record of installing quality roofing systems for commercial buildings and prestigious specialty homes. Our crew members each have over 10 years experience as certified installers of Owens Corning and CT products. Your roof protects your biggest investment, your home. For help, call S&B Roofing and Exteriors at 817-281-6433 or see us online at snbroofing.com.
4th and a yard, and the offense stays out for head coach Zach Chris and Dominic Chris. Coach and OC for OD Wyatt. In the shotgun, Kentrell Stewart with Dale Brown in the backfield. High snap, fumble on the ground, picked up by the Royals, on the run the other way. Darian Jones, touchdown, Richland. A 25-yard scoop and score for the Royals, put Richland on top. 13-7. What a play. Just a high snap from the center, Ed Kendall's. Kentrell Stewart couldn't handle it. Extra point from Beck Spivey's clean, and 2 touchdowns in the last minute and a half of game time for Richland, and they lead 14-7. More Royals by district playoff football on the Millennium Sports Network after a timeout.
A minor accident can turn into a hassle. Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood offers auto insurance with a combination of service, price, and protection. Earl's office is at 2900 South Hewland, Suite 50 in Fort Worth. Details available online at earlwood.biz. That's earlwood.biz. Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
6:20 remaining in the first quarter, and it's back-to-back touchdowns for the Royals after an opening 10-play drive from OD Wyatt to really set the tone. Richland with a great response. Bex Spivey on the boot away again. Malachi Mingo, Arcavian Toombs up near the 10 now, taking some steps back. As last kickoff, Beck sent to the back of the end zone, trying to do it again. And it does get about halfway to the end zone for a touchback. And a third possession for Wyatt in the first 6 minutes of the first quarter. 6:20 to go. See what offense coordinator Dominic Chris has here. Stacked receivers to both sides. A handoff for Dale Brown. Starts the middle, escaped outside to the right side. Dale Brown off to the races across midfield, cuts back in at the 40. Driven down by a pair of Royals near the 35. To the 36-yard line, 41 yards. Big play, OD Wyatt quickly to the line. Another handoff to Dale Brown. Trying to squeeze through the right side, but nothing there. Cut off, no gain. The Royals coming up from the bottom of the pile. Gage Goodwin, along with Jaden Williams, a 5'10", 170 junior backup strong side linebacker. First and 10, second and 10. Scoreboard's off. Stacked receivers on each side. Kentrell Stewart, high snap, pressure coming, escapes to his right, flush, turns the corner of space inside the 30, darts back in at the 20, and decked down at the 16. There's a 20-yard pickup. And Odie and Wyatt threatening inside the 20 at the 16. They stay with the stacked receivers. Kentrell Stewart keeps it and nowhere to go. Cannot find room away from Darren Jones, the 6', 200-pound sophomore who had the scoop and score touchdown earlier. Darion Jones, strong first quarter for the Royals. Oh, Wyatt taking their time. Play clock now hits 10. Snapping at 6. Another keeper for Kentrell Stewart. Breaks the first tackle ahead of steam to the 11. About 5 yards. Half of it. And a 3rd and 5 coming up. Trips to the right, nobody out left side of the formation. And a run to the right side, Kentrell Stewart slips the tackle, a few blocks, hit hard at the 1, but fights forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Chaparrals. What an impressive touchdown run that was from 12 yards out for Kentrell Stewart. 6th rushing touchdown of the year. Now on for the extra points. Josh Acevedo with Kentrell Stewart, the holder. DeJohn Everett, the snap and a low snap picked up off the ground by Kentrell Stewart, racing for the edge. He cannot get the corner. And a failed point after try on the low snap from, I was getting to it, it was DeJohn Everett, the long snapper. And that holds the score at 14-13. Richland leads Odie Wyatt with 4:04 remaining in the first quarter. More Richland Royals football on the Millennium Sports Network after timeout.
Danielle Doty is the broker-owner of Doty Real Estate, a boutique brokerage in Southlake, Texas, serving surrounding areas. The Doty team provides luxury services for every price point, with diligence, distinction, and devotion, staying on top of pricing trends and local dynamics. A proud mother of 5 kids, Danielle Doty prioritizes giving back to the community. Enjoy the game.
We've got a ball game here early from Herman Clark Stadium in Fort Worth. 14-13, Royals lead Odie Wyatt. Pair of impressive touchdown drives for Odie Wyatt with a fumble in between that Richland took back for 6. That's kind of the difference right now. With 4:04. Here comes the kickoff from Josh Acevedo. High, short kick. Caught by Upman, fair caught at the 31-yard line for the Royals, Colin Walker. Starting this drive at the 31-yard line, the Royals and junior quarterback Brett Kates. Maybe some early movement, but no call. Brett wants a deep ball, right sideline, come back, catch made at the first down marker right on the sideline. About a nice 11-yard catch for Kellen Williams. First down, Royals. Brett Case the pass again, a slant across the middle off the fingertips of Kellen Williams. This time incomplete, it was a tad high. And Williams was entering trouble as free safety Malachi Mingo was waiting right on the other side. 2nd and 10. 3:37 first quarter, 14-13 Richland lead. Turning quickly out of the sideline, out of bounds. It's Brady Blankenship for 4 yards. Brady, the sophomore. Just his 2nd catch of the season. Yeah, 3rd and called 6. Just a 4-yard pickup in the last play. Hand off, Jay-Sean Gibson. Blocking out in front, it goes Jay-Sean. Cutting back near side 45. Slipping all kinds of tackles and just scoots the safety out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Takes his 20 yards and a 1st down. The Royals no huddle. Offense coordinator Lamar Kirk, and timeout whistles from the O.D. Wyatt sideline, and timeout taken by the Chaparrals. 3:23 remaining in the first quarter, 14-13. Richland leads O.D. Wyatt. Back on the Williams Sports Network after a timeout.
Wasps buzzing in your backyard? Spiders and ants taking over your kitchen? Rodents planning a housewarming party in your attic? Not on our watch. Alliance Pest keeps pests out and your home safe.
Timeout for O.D. Wyatt was their first. 2 remaining. 3:23 first quarter. First and 10 for the Royals. Trips to the right for Brett Kates. 4 down linemen and a creeping linebacker. O.D. Wyatt. Shotgun pass deep down the left side, looking for Jay-Sean Gibson over the shoulder, incomplete, just off the mark. Malachi Mingo picked up the coverage. Richland went for the end zone shot, incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Saw a game with Jay-Sean a few weeks back. He had a couple of big receiving plays against Aledo. Again, 272 yards receiving for the running back this year. Here is as a pass from Brett Kates deep down the left side. A man with the step, incomplete. Overthrew Theo Gray the 2nd. Oh, in back-to-back plays, the Royals had a chance at a 36-yard touchdown. Missed fire on both, and it's 3rd and 10. Trips right, a quick throw that way from Brett Kates. Catch made, turning upfield, 1st down for Aaron Brooks. The 5'9", 140 senior. Picks up 11 on the quick pass and run. Used some blocks out there from receiver Ben Sanders. 1st down throw, Aaron Brooks, inside slant, catch made inside the 10, staying on his feet and into the end zone. Touchdown, Royals. A 25-yard TD from Brett Kates to Aaron Brooks. For Kates, his touchdown pass, his 20th of the season, and for Aaron Brooks, his 9th receiving touchdown. Makes it 20 21-13 Richland. Extra point for Beck Spivey is good. And the Royals have an 8-point advantage, 21-13 over OD Wyatt with 2:47 remaining in the first quarter. Millennium Sports coverage of 5A Region 1 bi-district playoff football continues in a moment.
Welcome home. Our Country Homes, a third-generation DFW-owned custom builder. We focus on clients' needs, building homes on lots or at any of our 18 lifestyle communities. Call 817-229-0344 or go to ourcountryhomes.com. Enjoy the game.
That was a 8-play drive that was only about a minute and 51 seconds. Went 69 yards. A nice 25-yard touchdown catch and run from Aaron Brooks. As the Royals up a full score early. X5 on the kick it away. Malachi Mingo deep with Markavion Toombs, and this is Toombs on the catch and run. Spins out of a tackle at the 15. And just across the 20 to the 22-yard line. .243 in the first quarter. So the fourth possession for OD Wyatt. 2 touchdown drives. And the fumble on the 4th down. Montre Gant, the motion man, lines up off right tackle. A fake, and now Kentrell Stewart running left, slips a tackle at 25. There he goes in the open field, breaks another one at the 40 into Royal territory. Right at the 50, they'll say he stepped out of bounds after the pickup of 28. Another big play for the Chaparrals offense. Kentrell Stewart's legs have been impressive in this first quarter. A handoff to Dale Brown, who almost lost it, then does lose it after being thrown down, and Richland recovers. Back at the 42. Oh, Dale Brown maybe shouldn't have broke another tackle. And I believe coming up with that one for the second time was Darion Jones along with Quade Williams. And the Royals offense hops right off the sideline back onto the field in plus territory at the OD Wyatt 42. First down, Brett Cates hands it off. Coming wide near side, Jay-Sean Gibson waiting for blocks to set up. Steps on the gas down to the 36-yard line. Picked up at about 6 yards. Second down and 4. Tight formation. And around the middle for Gibson. Big hole. There goes Jay-Sean. No one touches him. Touchdown, Royals. 4th touchdown of the first quarter for Richland. Jay-Sean Gibson, a pair of them. Gibson's now got 30 rushing touchdowns on the season. And it is 27-13. Royals. Beck Spivey extra point is good. And it is 28-13. 1:45 to play in the first quarter. The Royals all over OD Wyatt's More coverage on the Millennium Sports Network in just a moment.
Established in 1962, the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth is Tarrant County's best. Located at 1509 South University. Open daily, 24 hours, and home of the Mega Pancake Challenge. You can reach us at 817-336-0311 to order in or for catering. See our menu online at oldsouthpancakehouse.com. Enjoy the game.
Sparks flying early in this first quarter. Minute 45 left in it, 28-13. Had 6 scoring plays in the first. Max Spivey on for another kickoff. His leg has been busy. 4 extra points and now 5 boots. This one is high and short, fielded off of bounce around the 15 and taken down with nowhere to go. Richland saying they have the football. It was a big reaction over there from the Royals in the white jerseys, but nothing from this Fort Worth crew. This North Texas crew, that is, saying so. It was Everett Scott on the return for Wyatt. They're starting their own 21-yard line. Big difference in this first quarter in this game. 2 fumbles in this first from O.D. Wyatt. One was a high snap for Kentrell Stewart. He couldn't bring it down from the center. Ed Kindles, and then Dale Brown, the running back, tried to do too much. And both fumbles ended up in touchdowns the other way for the Royals, as he was Dale Brown spinning out. Royals putting a small gain into a chunk of a gain. 8 yards to the 29. Quickly the line. Keep for Kentrell Stewart, but play blown dead for a false start. Second and 2 will become 2nd and 7. With a minute left in this first quarter from Herman Clark Stadium. Kentrell Stewart keeps it, running hard left, bounces off a Royal at the 26, and back up to the 27. Big shoulder delivered to Chance Bailey, the senior linebacker. And it's 2nd and 4. And whistles, and I believe Richland an official timeout. And with 39 seconds in the first quarter, 8-13, Richland leads. Back after this timeout.
If you or a friend have experienced a significant life loss, get the booklet Walking Through the Valley of Grief by author James C. Bivens. This booklet shares biblical help and is written and designed to help you successfully deal with grief. Walking Through the Valley of Grief is available online at Amazon.com. That's Walking Through the Valley of Grief.
Only one timeout remaining, I believe, for O.D. Wyatt for the rest. Actually, you know what? O.D. Wyatt's out of timeouts according to the scoreboard. With 51 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Kentrell Stewart keeps it on the fake. Man, he slips the first tackle every time. And a first down run out to the 34-yard line. 7 yards. O.D. Wyatt's been moving the football. Again, it's just the couple of fumbles the Royals have taken great advantage of. This opportunistic Royals defense. Quick throw out far side. Big hit. Incomplete. Oh, reading it all the way for Richland was Noble Bradley, the 5'10", 155 junior. He's a backup corner. Oh, and he jumped all over the intended quick pass from Arcavion Toombs. Hey, some of the scores last night. Finals, Southlake 35-0 over Crowley. DeSoto beat Caparis Cove 63-6. Allen 22-15 win over Louisville. Here's the second down snap and a handoff to Dale Brown, fighting up the middle and just 2 yards where he swung down by Hunter Yost, the Royal middle linebacker. It's a 2-yard gain, and that will do it for the first quarter. 6 touchdowns in the quarter, 28-13 in favor of the Richland Royals as more Richland 5A Region 1 bi-district football continues on the Millennium Sports Network after a quick message.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call State Farm agent Earl Wood in Fort Worth today.
Millennium Sports and the Royals wish to thank tonight's broadcast sponsors. Origin Bank of DFW, Bank Original, More Than Air Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing, Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth, State Farm is for life, Doty Real Estate and Construction, Josh and Danielle Doty, Macero Mexican Restaurant, Southlake and DFW, Our Country Homes, custom homes you can afford of DFW, Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills and DFW, for Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth, author James C. Bivens' book Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available on Amazon, and Harris Ratings Weekly and Harris. Second quarter, 3rd and 8 for O.D. Wyatt. Kentrell Stewart, pressure immediately wrapped up and taken down. Oh, coming in like a missile off the edge. That was Mason Allison. The 6'4", 210-pound senior defensive end comes in for that big sack. That's a loss of 11 for the first time we see O.D. Wyatt punter. No, it's Malachi Mingo, and he's not have big numbers, just 10 yards per punt and 16 tries. Theo Gray deep to return, as this is a pretty nice punt that bounces around the 50, and it's actually Noble Bradley who elects to let it bounce, and that rolls all the way down to the 33-yard line of the Royals. So about a 32-yard punt. Our first one of the night. Royals take over 11:03 second quarter on their own 33-yard line in a 28-13 lead. Jed Kates and Jay-Sean Gibson in the gun. It's a first down handoff to Gibson. Finds a hole in a lane. 7-yard rush on first down. Quickly, Jed Kates looking left, wants a deep ball, delivers down the sideline, broken up, flag flies from the far back judge. Deep ball intended, I believe that was for Aaron Brooks. Coverage applied by the freshman safety, Okoye Stewart. Indeed, defensive pass interference on Okoye Stewart on the coverage on Aaron Brooks. Puts the ball out to the 50-yard line for the Royals. Looking to add on to a 15-point lead. Looking deep again. Kates across the middle. Catch made. Ben Sanders. He's making a few moves. Picks up a couple blocks inside the 35. Dances inside the 20. And a 31-yard pickup on first down. First time we've called Ben Sanders tonight, the second leading receiver on this Royals bunch. 512 yards coming in. A first down handoff. Ja'Shawn Gibson, head of steam, knocked down inside the 10. And another first down for the Royals, 12 more. Royals not even giving the official signs to set the ball. They're on go mode quickly. Play action. Jed Kates throws across the middle, incomplete. Aaron Brooks kind of given up on the play, wasn't looking for it anymore. Second and goal from the 8-yard line, 9:55 second quarter. Taking time getting in the second down play. We get in some other scores we can in a moment. Keeper up the middle for Jed Kates, lowers the shoulder. Physical run to the 3. Picked up about 5 yards, and a third and goal coming up. Other scores in 4-6-8. North Crowley up 15-7 on the Keller Indians starting the second quarter. Byron Nelson 28-0 lead over Mansfield with 10:30 remaining in the second quarter. Capel 7-0 lead over Plano with 5 minutes in the second quarter. Handoff, Ja'Shawn Gibson trying to push the pile. Stonewalled at first. Play still going. Pushing on, and Ja'Shawn does not get in. The stonewalled by Tyler Carter in this Chaparrals defensive front. Carter, a 6'2", 300-pound senior defensive tackle. Here's fourth and goal. Offense stays out. Ja'Shawn Gibson, left tackle, touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run for Ja'Shawn Gibson, his third of the first half, and the Royals add on 34-13 with 8:45 in the second. And another extra point coming from Beck Spivey. Good snap, a good hold, and a perfect kick. Adds on to the Royals' lead, 35-13, 8:45 in the second quarter. More Richland Royals bi-district playoff football resumes in a moment. Some of the scores: Fort Worth, Arlington Heights, in the Brewer Bears. Brewer 9-8 lead Arlington Heights. 7 minutes in the second quarter. Ivy kick it off high and fair catch signaled by an upman for the Chaparrals around the 26-yard line. Safe catch for Daryl Griggs the second. Trinity Trojans up 24-14 against Mansfield Lake Ridge. Here is another offensive go for Wyatt. 8:45 in the seconds. Quarterback Kentrell Stewart fakes and keeps wrapped up and spun down immediately. I believe a flag flew as well. On no gain. Grabbed immediately by Gage Goodwin, the 6'4", 195-pound DN for the Royals. Referee Lance Browning trying to figure out the call. And signaled a legal procedure, might have been a legal formation on Wyatt. Penalty was declined on the no gain. Keep it at 2nd and 10. Trips bunch off the left side nearby. Quick sprint out that way from Kentrell Stewart, looking for blocks around the edge. Hurdles some garbage at the 35. Knocked out of bounds 37. Enough for a first down on a late flag. Flies right in the middle of the white and blue jerseys. Is this going to undo what O.D. Wyatt just picked up the first, or is this going to help the Chaparrals? Unsportsmanlike on Richland, so 15 more. That'll set up Wyatt in Richland territory at the 48. First and 10 at the 48. Shift the formation to the right side. Same play. Kentrell Stewart will sprint that way with some blocks. Across the 45. Had Convoy out in front, but just tripped up from behind the ankles. Hunter Yost. Again, the sophomore middle linebacker in on the tackle. 6 foot 195, came in tonight with 77 tackles and only linebacker to play all 10 games for Richland. Really the only defender to play all 10 games for the Royals. Here's a throw deep down the right side from Kentrell Stewart. Oh, off the fingertips and incomplete. A one-on-one battle from quarterback Noble Bradley and the receiver for O.D. Wyatt, Marcavion Toombs. Actually, excuse me, it was DeJohn Everett on the go route, incomplete. 3rd and 3. Kentrell Stewart rolling left, wants a deep ball down the middle, in the air, jump ball incomplete with a flag out. Was looking for Marcavion Toombs. Hunter Yost on the coverage, made the contact. And I think this is going to go against the Royals. Indeed, the pass interference on Richland will set up O.D. Wyatt inside the 30. Hey, on a third down heave. Hunter Yost was beat, but the ball from Kentrell Stewart really hung in the air. Gave the defender Hunter Yost time to catch up, but ultimately that's what caused the penalty, but no touchdown. The Royals respond. 5 defenders at the line. A keep for Stewart, trying to get wide near side. Does evade a tackle at the 25. Darts out around the 20. 7-yard pickup. O.D. Wyatt not going away. Trips to the right. 4 down line for Richland. It's another keeper for Kentrell Stewart and taken down, caught up from behind by Gage Goodwin. The 6'4", 220 junior defensive end. It's all over Kentrell Stewart for the big loss. Now it's 3rd and about 6. Clock down to 6:25 and counting, second quarter. O.D. Wyatt's offense really starting to slow down and attack. Started out the first couple of drives very strong. Stewart rolling left, sets up. There was a bullet, backside and catch made. Oh, coming back to the football. Only player who knew the ball was thrown and came back to it. What a play for, that was Alan Bain, 5'11", 170 junior, the starting Z wide receiver. And the touchdown puts O.D. Wyatt back in it, 35-19. Passing touchdown for Kentrell Stewart is 21st. Alan Bain is 5th, going for 2. Rolling right, Kentrell Stewart flips it back towards the middle. Leap catch made, open right in the middle of the red end zone for the 2-point conversion. That is good for Markavion Toombs. O.D. Wyatt gets back the point from the missed PAT earlier, and it's 35-21. Richland leads O.D. Wyatt with 6:01 remaining in the second quarter. From Herman Clark Stadium in Fort Worth. More Richland Royals playoff football after this timeout.
With seasonal weather changes, More Than Air is now offering a fall tune of just $75.95. Our family-operated business in the DFW area offers personalized service, expert solutions, and a commitment to your comfort. With us, you're not just a client, you're part of the family. Call More Than Air at 972-383-9510 or go online at morethanair.com.
Remember, coming up, the State Farm agent Earl Wood Fort Worth halftime show. We'll go over more scores from around the area, a stat board. As they're going to sneak onside. O.D. Wyatt, a big high bounce here on the near side. Flags flew as the Chaparrals recovered. The onside from Justin Lindley came down with it, but again, flags flew immediately in kind of the area of what you expect to be offsides. Coach Zach, Chris, and Wyatt trying anything here in this bi-district matchup. But again, marching the ball back. Offsides on O.D. Wyatt. They will have to kick it again now. at the 35 rather than the 40. (24-14). Euless Trinity leads Mansfield Lake Ridge. Brewer Bears and Fort Worth Arlington Heights still a 9-8 Brewer lead with 7 minutes in the second quarter. Josh Ace Vito sends this one deep in a running up start. Catch made across the 35 and all the way inside across the 40 near the 45-yard line. And running the big head of steam on the return was Isaiah White, a freshman running back for Richland. Some other scores. Denton Geyer 12-0 lead over Prosper Rock Hill starting the second quarter. Argyle 21-0 against Lovejoy with starting the second quarter. Here's the Royals on offense. Starting Brett Cates, handoff up the middle. Jayshawn Gibson, nice run to the 49-yard line. Picked up a 7 right up the gut. Catching up on Gibson's numbers in a moment. Drew Cates to throw near side, catching the flats wide open. Jayshawn Gibson, this is where he's fun, making a few guys miss. Somehow escapes down the sideline. Still on his feet, carried two Chaparrals down to the 10. 32 yards, and the Royals right back inside the 15. Oh, Jayshawn Gibson is a special back once he gets going. Clock down to 5 minutes remaining in the half. Royals taking their time. Gibson, 9 carries, 134 yards. Here's Drew Cates on a fake, keeps it off the right side. Nobody home to touch him, and touchdown Royals. Oh, what a play call by offensive coordinator Lamar Kirk. Nobody from OD Wyatt expected Brett Cates to keep it. And Beck Spivey on for another extra point. The kick is good in a 42-point first half for the Royals, as they were doubling up OD Wyatt 42-21. 4:42 remaining in the second quarter from Herman Clark Stadium in Fort Worth. More Richland Royals football on the Millennium Sports Network after this timeout.
S&B Roofing Exteriors and Fencing earns our clients' trust first. Backed by $5 million insurance. Ensuring a smooth, seamless experience, plus insurance claim assistance. Our specialty custom-made fences and gates are built to perfection. Go to snbroofing.com or call for a consultation at 817-281-6433.
Richardson 21-0 at the half against Haltom. Capel Cowboys with a 17-0 lead against Plano with 30 seconds left in the first half. Highland Park 14-13 lead against Lake Belton, 11:40 in the second quarter. Beck Spivey high, short kick to Malachi Mingo, takes a back hop and a chance for the Royals to recover. It looked like the white jerseys were all over it, and indeed, the Royals come up with it. what is kind of a perfect kick. You get that kind of backspin. Wyatt did not expect it at all. And man, the Richland Royals a chance to really add on here early, still in the first half, 4:42. They're starting on Odie Wyatt, 25. Jed Kates, slightly high snap. Pressure coming, just flings it deep, gets it out, and a catch made. As Jed Kates took a huge hit, but a nice job standing in and delivering the ball to, that was Bowen Blankenship, 5'11", 170 senior backup safety, or backup tight end. 16-yard pickup down to the 9. Jay-Sean Gibson off left tackle. There he goes, slipping through and in for another Royals touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown from Jay-Sean Gibson, his 4th of the first half. And it's 48-20, 47-21. Oh, there we go, 48-21 with 4:04 in the half. And Bex Bivey on to try to make it 49-21. The Royals also receive a second half kick. They have jumped out big here in O.D. Wyatt. Still waiting for something to get set. Royals and Coach Jed Kates on the far sideline, talking down the line to the side judge. Now they get set. Like Spivey's extra point is good. Flag flies. And offsides. Coming on O.D. Wyatt's. And that will do it after the extra point. 4:04 remaining in the first half. 49-21. Royals lead O.D. Wyatt back on Millennium Sports Network after a quick timeout.
Since 1963, the Harris Ratings Weekly has provided Texas high school football coaches and fans complete ratings, including the power ratings for all UIL football teams, from 2A to 6A, with the top 10 rankings and the point differentials for each game each week. For more information, call Harris Ratings Weekly and Van Harris at 940-498-5176. That's 940-498-5176. And they're online at harrisratings.com. Harris Ratings Weekly, another proud supporter of Millennium Sports football broadcasts.
Harris Ratings had this game as North Richland Hills favored by 45, and the Royals on their way to a 45-point margin. They're up by 28 with 4:27 in the first half. And Harris knows a thing as kick straight out of bounds to the sideline around the 30. Out of bounds there, and we'll see how the Royals like to assess the penalty. We get a re-kick or just take some yardage from where the ball is out. And O.D. Wyatt will start on the 38-yard line. Trailing 49-21, needing some touchdowns quickly. Again, the first 2 drives for Wyatt were promising. First 3 drives, really, other than the one fumble. Here's Dale Brown trying to get out wide to the right, but cannot get away. Oh, holding on to him from the backside. Quade Williams. Quade, the 6'2", 270-pound junior with the SFA offer. A 1-yard loss. 2nd and 11. Kentrell Stewart, pressure off the left side, immediately steps up into the arms of a waiting Royal, spins out of it, still fighting forward, and got back to the original line of scrimmage, picked up a yard. Again, Gage Godwin all over him. Or excuse me, Gage Goodwin all over him. Gage has been very active. 6'4", 220-pound junior D ends. He and Darion Jones, the 6', 200-pound sophomore who has the scoop and score. Will have been big in this first half. 3rd and 9. Rhodey Wyatt, 3:20 in the second quarter. Steps up. Stewart rolling, in trouble, wants to run. First down, right at it, and does have enough out to the 49. Needed 9, got 10. Back out near midfield, under 3 to go in the first half. Chaparrals on their own 49. No timeouts remaining in the half for OD Wyatt. They do have a 2-minute timeout. Coming in 45 seconds. There's a handoff. Slipping a tackle off the right side. Justin Lindley. And Justin out for about a 4.5-yard carry. Richland 46. Could be the last play before the half. Wyatt snaps it. No, they choose not to. They don't have to, and it looks like they won't before the 2-minute timeouts. Indeed. Coach Zach and Dominic Chris let the clock go. 2 minutes remaining in the first half from Herman Clark Stadium in Fort Worth. In this 5A Region 1, Division 1 matchup between the Richland Royals and OD Wyatt Chaparrals. 49-21, the Royals lead with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. More coverage of Richland Royals football on the Millennium Sports Network after a timeout. And word from our sponsors.
Josh Doty is president and founder of Doty Construction, a Keller-based full-service remodeling company. As a member of the Fort Worth Builders Association, Doty Construction serves their clients with excellence and integrity. Learn more at doty-construction.com or call Josh at 817-688-6411 for your next project.
You gotta remember, coming up at the half, the State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth halftime show. We'll go over the first half scoring, or a stat board, get you up on all the stats from the first half, and of course our scoreboard as Texas High School football by district round kicking off all across the state at all levels. As a second down play action, Kentrell Stewart rolls out deep, ball overthrew it. Wanted it deep down the near side for Lexington Bird. Haven't called the 6'2", 170 senior's name all night. But overthrew him by about 2 yards. And 3rd and 5. That stops the clock at 1:53. Empty backfield for Kentrell Stewart. Royals showing 4. That's all they send. Stewart with some time. Now rolls right, zips it on the run. Over the top, catch, shoulder made. Staying in bounds on his feet for the touchdown, DeJohn Everett. Oh, the 6'2", 190 senior with a grown man's play for the 46-yard touchdown. Wow, the touchdown pass from Kentrell Stewart, a pair of them tonight. He's got 22. For John Everett, his 7th touchdown catch. He averages 27 yards per catch. Showing the big playability there. And now the offense staying out, going for 2. O.D. Wyatt wants more points. Going right, Kentrell Stewart wants to do it himself, and he is in for the 2-point conversion, and O.D. Wyatt cuts it down to a 20-point game, 49-29 with 1:41 remaining in the second quarter. More Richland Royals football, Millennium Sports Network. Have this.
Welcome home. Our Country Homes, a third-generation DFW-owned custom builder. We focus on clients' needs, building homes on lots or at any of our 18 lifestyle communities. Call 817-229-444 or go to ourcountryhomes.com. Enjoy the game.
Richland does receive the second half kick. Wyatt with no timeouts. The Royals with all 3 for his final minute 41 in the first half. Excuse me, 78 points in this first half between these two teams. 1 defensive touchdown, the Darion Jones scoop and score. Other than that, it's been the offenses. A lot of big plays. Really for Wyatt, they've put together about 3 drives. Sustained. Josh Vito, end over end, sends Theo Gray back to about his 2-yard line. Oh, and a nice move to the near side across the 30. A lot of room. 40. Chased out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Knocked right into the Wyatt sideline. It was the kicker, Josh Acevedo. That's why he's all pumped up after delivering the hit to Aaron Brooks. Royals have a minute 33 on their own 46. Plenty of time with all 3 timeouts and at midfield. Deshaun Gibson on the right. A fake to him, and Jed Kates is wrapped up in the backfield and swung down for a big loss. Well, it was DeJohn Everett who just caught the touchdown for Wyatt. Comes in and makes the big play on the attempted QB keeper, the read option, a 5-yard loss. 2nd and 15. A lot of these players play 2 ways, going deep. Jed Kates has a man. Jashawn Gibson over the shoulder. Beat DeJohn Everett deep and scores from 59 yards out. Is that the 4th touchdown for Jashawn Gibson in this first half? Make sure it's not the 5th. Jashawn has been a one-man wrecking crew. Actually, it was the 5th. He has 4 rushing now, that one receiving. He's over 200 yards of offense with all of his touchdowns, as the extra point from Bex Spivey. He remains perfect in that department. And with exactly a minute remaining in the first half, the scoring won't stop, can't stop. 56-29, Richland over O.D. Wyatt. Timeout on the Millennium Sports Network.
Wasps buzzing in your backyard? Spiders and ants taking over your kitchen? Rodents planning a housewarming party in your attic? Not on our watch. Alliance Pest keeps pests out and your home safe.
And the touchdown for Jay Sean Gibson. 5 total scores on the night. About 230 yards of offense. A night to remember for Brett Kates. He's now 8 of 12, 196 yards and 2 touchdowns with his arm. Here's a high, short kick, bounced around the 30-yard line, stayed in play, catching on the run and trying to break containment back to this near side, faking up and in, and taking a hard hit. That's Justin Lindley across the 40, flag out back on the far side at the 36. Clock is stopped at 48 seconds. Checking on the flag. An injured Chaparral. With just 48 seconds remaining in the first half, we'll try to update some scores. Plenty going on by districts weekends. At half, North Crowley 20 lead against the Keller. Byron Nelson 42-0 lead over Mansfield Tigers with a minute left in the first half. Highland Park is pulled away from Lake Belton 35-13. Scott's the minute 40 in the first half. Capel 17-0 over Plano at the half. Denton Geyer 19-0 lead. Playing Prosper Rock Hill with 7 minutes remaining. Halftime, Argyle 35, Lovejoy nothing. And Trinity 31-24 lead against Mansfield Lake Ridge at halftime. And Fort Worth, Arlington Heights, and the Brewer Bears, they're all knotted up at 16 apiece at halftime. 48 seconds away from halftime here. First down play, a pass from Kentrill Stewart, setting up a screen and somehow almost snuck that ball in to his intended receiver, Lexington Bird, but incomplete. 43 seconds. With no timeouts. See Wyatt, how dangerous Chaparrals are. Empty backfield. Kentrill Stewart. Protection holds up. Deep ball across the middle. Runs right into Hunter Yost, looking around for a flag. Not going to get one. I think that ball really wasn't too catchable. Be the call I would expect. 37 seconds. And 3rd and 10. Trips to the left. Kentrill Stewart rolling that way. Now squares the hips. Throws a deep ball in the over route. Incomplete. Knocked away. Nice defense for Paxton Weeks. The starting strong safety of 5'9", 155 junior. He'd have got his hand in there and knock it away. 4th and 10. 31 seconds. Being on late, the punter, Malachi Mingo. Play clock. Well, they reset the play clock for some subs. It was about to expire. And Malachi Mingo gets away a high spiral. Pretty deep kick fielded by Ben Sanders at his 45 on the fair catch. With 25 seconds in the half. We'll give Ben Sanders the 46. And with 25 seconds, I mean, Richland definitely a chance for a couple of plays to get into a scoring opportunity. Jay-Sean Gibson in the back, trips to the left. Gibson in motion that way. Jed Kates looks that way, throws deep down the sideline, open. Aaron Brooks, catch made, makes a man miss inside the 30. He's pulled down at the 28-yard line. 26 yards. Richland with all 3 timeouts. Use one immediately after the pickup to the 28-yard line with 16 seconds remaining. The Royals can set up for Hail Mary or a long field goal. Their kicker, Beck Spivey, is 7 of 11 on kicks for the season with a long of 45 yards. So you need to get him to about the 27, 28 yarder and get 28, 27 yard line to get it in his wheelhouse. From where you are now, it's, I mean, you're on the 28, just need a couple more yards. From here, it'd be about a 45-yarder. Put the clock a few seconds back on the clock. It's at 20. 2 timeouts for the Royals. Jed Kates looking left, throws open, sideline, catch made. A juke for Aaron Brooks, battling, fighting with a defender all the way down inside the 10 before he's knocked out of bounds. Aaron Brooks was dragging Javier Henderson with him. We haven't talked about Javier very much, the 5'11", 170 sophomore. Linebacker who came in with 87 tackles to lead the bunch for Wyatt. Clock stopped at 12 seconds. Still 2 timeouts for the Royals. They have a 1st and goal on the 10. Kates to throw. Back corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Flag flies in on the play. There was contact. Intended target Aaron Brooks. The coverage, Camarion Harris. The 5'9", 150 sophomore corner. That's pass interference. That'll move to a 1st and goal from the 3. With 7 seconds, Richland offense stays out. Still 2 timeouts in their pocket. Jed Kates the throw, looks right, pump fake, steps up, sneaks out the backside, untouched and scores. Touchdown Royals with no time remaining in the first half. (62-29). Richland coming on for the extra point. Beck Spivey, 2nd rushing touchdown of the half for Jed Kates, 8 on the season. A couple passing touchdowns. He got the 21. He's coming up on a 30 touchdown junior season. As a low line drive kick from Beck Spivey is good. And that takes us to the half. 63-29. Richland leads O.D. Wyatt. For the first half with the most points I've ever seen. As we kick off the State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth halftime show. And first we kick off the halftime show with Thanking our sponsors, Millennium Sports and the Royals wish to thank tonight's broadcast sponsors, Origin Bank of DFW, Bank Original, More Than Air Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing, Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth, State Farm is for life, Doty Real Estate and Construction, Josh and Danielle Doty, for Macero Mexican Restaurant, South Lake of DFW, Our Country Homes, custom homes you can afford in DFW, Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills in DFW, Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth, author James C. Bivens' book, Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available now on Amazon, and the Harris Ratings Weekly of Corinth and Van Harris. Thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors. Is now and Air Heating and Air of DFW. Well, a lot of scoring to go through, and it all started on the very first drive. Odie Wyatt and a 10-play, 92-yard drive to take a 7-0 lead to start the ball game. Then Richland came right back, just 2 plays to go 56 yards on the Jay-Sean Gibson 54-yard touchdown run, tied the game up at 7. And next possession for Wyatt, and they faced a 4th and 1, went for it, fumbled, and it was a scoop and score, 25 yards for Darion Jones. And Richland took a 14-7 lead. Ensuing possession for the Chaparrals, 6 plays, 65 yards, and a 12-yard touchdown run for Kentrell Stewart. Made it 14-13 as Odie Wyatt would then miss the extra point, a low snap that Stewart had to pick up and run with. It was 14-13 Richland. Then the Royals would get the ball, drive 69 yards, 8 plays, and a 25-yard touchdown catch and run for Aaron Brooks. Made it 21-13 Royals. After a Wyatt fumble from running back Dale Brown, Richland, again, just 2 plays, 42 yards. Jay-Sean Gibson, 36-yard touchdown scamper, made it 28-13 Royals. Then we'd have a Wyatt punt, and Richland would score again. 8 plays to go 67 yards before Jay-Sean Gibson, a 2-yard touchdown run to cap it off and make it 35-13. Richland, it's only about half of their first half scoring. Next possession, Odie Wyatt, 8 plays, go 74 yards and a 20-yard touchdown from Kentrell Stewart to Alan Bain. Made the score 35-21 after the 2-point conversion for the Chaparrals. Then Richland just 3 plays to go 58 yards, capped off, well, at Jay-Sean Gibson. Or actually, this one was the Brett Kates 10-yard touchdown run, made it 42-21. And then the next drive, just 2 plays after the kickoff from Richland. They got back the kickoff on the short kick. Almost worked as an onside. Richland got it back, just 2 plays, 75 yards, 25 yards for Jay-Sean Gibson. Punched in his 4th touchdown, made it 49-21. Odie Wyatt, 6 plays, 62 yards. Dijon Everett touchdown catch from Kentrell Stewart, made it 49-29. The last score for Wyatt before the half, where then Richland would score 2 more times. Brett Kates to Jay-Sean Gibson, a 2-play drive that went 64 yards, a 59-yard touchdown pass and run from Drew Kates to Jay-Sean Gibson. And then that last drive from Richland, 4 plays, 54 yards, and Brett Kates' 3-yard touchdown run made it 63-29 Richland Royals at the half. Here in the 5A Division I by-district playoff, as this is the State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth halftime show, and we'll take a little time out. When we come back, we'll have our first half stat board. Well, Millennium Sports coverage of Richland Royals 5A Region 1 Division I by-district playoff football turns after timeout.
More Than Air serves DFW with high-quality sales and service of heating and air systems from Trane and other quality manufacturers. Choosing More Than Air offers temperature control and peace of mind. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a full system overhaul, call More Than Air 972-383-9510 or go online to morethan.air.com. Daniel Doty is the broker-owner of Doty Real Estate, a boutique brokerage in Southlake, Texas, serving surrounding areas. The Doty team provides luxury services for every price point, with diligence, distinction, and devotion, staying on top of pricing trends and local dynamics. A proud mother of 5 kids, Danielle Doty prioritizes giving back to the community. Enjoy the game.
This commercial isn't about us. It's about you. It's about you and your first sip of your jalapeno margarita. It's about you and the fresh avocado and your shrimp ceviche. You and your family enjoying a good meal and good company. Celebrating with your closest friends, making a toast to a good year. Dessert, your favorite, Cinco Leches. When it's about you, you know you're at the right place. Make your reservation. Make it about you. Make it Macero.
S&B Roofing and Exteriors is faith-based, Fletcher family-owned, and fiercely driven, serving Keller and DFW since 2003. We have an exemplary record of installing quality roofing systems for commercial buildings and prestigious specialty homes. Our crew members each have over 10 years' experience as certified installers of Owens Corning and CertainTeed products. Your roof protects your biggest investment, your home. For help, call S&B Roofing and Exteriors at 817-281-6433 or see us online at snbroofing.com.
$63-29. State Farm agent Earl Wood, Fort Worth halftime show, and now it is time to go through our first half scoreboard. Stat board brought to you by our State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. Starting with team stats at the half. For Richland, serving as the visitors tonight. 16 first downs on 411 total yards of offense, 242 through the air, 169 on the ground. Well, O.D. Wyatt has 15 total first downs themselves with 307 yards of offense, 72 through the air, and 235 on the ground. Richland getting 17.3 yards per pass, while O.D. Wyatt getting just 7.2 yards per pass, a 10 yards difference per pass. And then in the rushing, Richland doing more with less, 11.3 yards per carry, while O.D. Wyatt, despite having more total rushing, 235 to 169, 7.1 yards per carry. Again, still a really good number, but compared to 11 yards for Richland, it's a big difference. Penalties, 4 on Richland for 45 yards, 4 on O.D. Wyatt for 40. 2 turnovers in the first half, both from Wyatt on a pair of fumbles. For the individuals, Richland quarterback Brett Kates, 10 of 14 passing, 242 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's also carried the ball 5 times for 27 yards and 2 touchdowns. So 4 touchdowns for Brett Kates in the half. While for O.D. Wyatt, their quarterback, Kentrell Stewart, he's 4 of 10 for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he's carried the ball 19 times for 169 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kentrell Stewart has been the offense for O.D. Wyatt. For Richland, rushing, Ja'Shawn Gibson, the only other man to carry the football tonight. He's got 10 of them for 142 yards and 4 touchdowns. Oh, and he also has 2 catches and 99 yards and a touchdown. While Wyatt's next leading rusher behind Kentrell Stewart, the leading running back, Dale Brown, he has 66 yards on 14 carries, about 4.7 yards per attempt. Richland receiving leaders, 6 different players have caught a ball. Mentioned Jay Sean leading the way with 2 catches and 99 yards and a touchdown. Ben Sanders, 77 yards and 3 catches. Aaron Brooks, 2 catches, 36 yards and a touchdown. Bowen Blankenship, a 17-yard catch. And Brady Blankenship had a 3-yard catch. For OD Wyatt, just 3 players have caught a pass. Malachi Mingo, 1 catch, 46 yards. Alan Bain, 1 catch, 22 yards. And Marcavion Toom, 2 catches for 4 yards. Our first half stat board brought to you by State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. 63-29, the halftime score from Herman Clark Stadium in Fort Worth. It's been all Richland Royals over at the OD Wyatt Chaparrals. We'll take another timeout. When we come back, we'll look at some more scores in the area. 63-29 at the half.
When faced with a life cycle event such as getting married, having a baby, buying a home or car, planning for retirement, or planning for college, Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood has products and knowledge to help. Earl's office is at 2900 South Hewland, Suite 50 in Fort Worth. Details online at earlwood.biz. That's earlwood.biz. State Farm is for life.
Welcome home, Our Country Homes, a 3rd-generation DFW-owned custom builder. We focus on clients' needs, building homes on lots or at any of our 18 lifestyle communities. Call 817-229-0344 or go to ourcountryhomes.com. Enjoy the game.
Back in State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth halftime show, and now it's time to look at our halftime scoreboard brought to you by our Country Homes of DFW. Yeah, nice refresh. Make sure we have all the most up-to-date scores that we could have on this by-district opening Friday. Playoffs all across the state. Still getting ready to start the second half. 22-7 North Crowley on top of Keller. Starting the 3rd quarter. Minute left in the first half. 42-0 Byron Nelson against Mansfield. Frisco Raccoons up 21-14 with 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter against West Mesquite. Highland Park, a 35-13 halftime advantage against Lake Belton. Capel Cowboys in Plano starting the 3rd quarter, 17-0 Capel. Just started the 3rd quarter, Richardson a 21-7 lead against Haltom. Denton Geyer 19-0 on top of Prosper Rock Hill at halftime. Argyle's added more on, 42-0. Argyle on top of Lovejoy with 9.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And Melissa in Colleyville Heritage, 21-10 Melissa on top at the half. So the scores going on today, plenty finals from yesterday. Talked a few times about Euless Trinity. The Trojans are still up 31-24 on Mansfield Lake Ridge. 11:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Duncanville 21-7 against Temple at halftime. Crum 35-15 on top of Ferris with 4:37 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Fort Worth Arlington Heights and Brewer Bears. It's Brewer with a 22-16 advantage and 11 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Lake Highlands 8-7 halftime lead against South Grand Prairie. Eagle Mountain 21, Binbrook Bobcats 6. 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And that will do it for our halftime scoreboard. Again, brought to you by our country homes of DFW. 63-29, the halftime read here from Herman Clark Stadium in Fort Worth. We'll take another timeout. State Farm agent Earl Wood, Fort Worth halftime show. When we return, we'll tune in a little bit to the on-the-field action. 63-29, Richland leads O.D. Wyatt. Timeout, back in a moment.
Welcome home. Our Country Homes, a third-generation DFW-owned custom builder. We focus on clients' needs, building homes on lots or at any of our 18 lifestyle communities. Call 817-229-0344 or go to ourcountryhomes.com. Enjoy.
Wasps buzzing in your backyard? Spiders and ants taking over your kitchen? Rodents planning a housewarming party in your attic? Not on our watch. Alliance Pest keeps pests out and your home safe.
Established in 1962, the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth is Tarrant County's best. Located at 1509 South University. Open daily, 24 hours, and home of the Mega Pancake Challenge. You can reach us at 817-336-0311 to order in or for catering. See our menu online at oldsouthpancakehouse.com. Enjoy the game.
Since 1963, the Harris Ratings Weekly has provided Texas high school football coaches and fans complete rating services, including the power ratings for all UIL football teams, from 2A to 6A, with the top 10 rankings and the point differentials for each game each week. For more information, call Harris Ratings Weekly and Van Harris at 940-498-5176. That's 940-498-5176. And they're online at harrisratings.com. Harris Ratings Weekly, another proud supporter of Millennium Sports.
Chaparrals band performing that last set here at halftime from Herman Clark Stadium in Fort Worth. Still a handful of minutes away from the second half, and I think to our second half keys. I mean, for Richland, you're in the driver's seat. A commanding 34-point lead. Your rushing game has been great, over 200 yards and 11 yards per carry. I mean, already put up 63, which is a challenge on any team to try to reach that number. But OD Wyatt showed they had some offense they can score themselves. 29 first half points. It's crazy enough to think 63 could not be enough the way Wyatt has been scoring the football. They could reach that number potentially, especially with the help of sort of turnover or something. A bounce of a ball could have the Chaparrals right back in tonight's game, but Jed Kates and the offense for Richland right where they want to be. Richland has a lot of short drives. I mean, let's see. First drive, 2 plays. Their second drive was an 8-play drive. Then they had another 2-play, another 8-play, 3-play, 2-play, 2-play, 4-play. Been a lot of quick scoring drives for the Royals. Not a lot of driving the ball for a long period of time. Noting the clock, could see that here in the second half. Well, Wyatt's going to have to find more in the passing game if they're going to want to try to mount a comeback. 4 of 10, 72 yards passing in the first half. And junior quarterback Kentrell Stewart's not enough to get that to connect more down the field. Become less one-dimensional. Again, he does have 169 rushing yards on 19 tries. But Richland has given him the run and making everything via the pass come very difficult. Well, it's the Earlwood State Farm Agent Fort Worth halftime show. So a few minutes left. We'll take another timeout in the halftime program. When we come back, we'll have to set things up for the second half. 63-29, Richland Royals football. Millennium Sports Network after this timeout.
S&B Roofing Exteriors and Fencing earns our clients' trust first. Backed by $5 million insurance, we provide education, ensuring a smooth, seamless experience, plus insurance claim assistance. Our specialty custom-made fences and gates are built to perfection. Go to snbroofing.com or call for a consultation at 817-281-6433.
Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood offers the State Farm Steer Clear Young Drivers Program. The Steer Clear Awareness Program is for drivers under the age of 25 and is designed to reinforce the fundamentals of driving. You can contact Earl Woods in Fort Worth at 817-922-9300. Details available online at earlwood.biz. That's earlwood.biz. State Farm is for life.
Josh Doty is president and founder of Doty Construction, a Keller-based full-service remodeling company. As a member of the Fort Worth Builders Association, Doty Construction serves their clients with excellence and integrity. Learn more at doty-construction.com or call Josh at 817-688-6411 for your next project. Millennium Sports hopes you enjoy our presentation of this Bright Lights Game of the Week football game. If your business, family, church, or school organization wish to sponsor broadcasts, contact John Frow, president of Millennium Sports, at 214-642-7003 or email jmfrow@att.net.
When faced with a life cycle event such as getting married, having a baby, buying a home or car, planning for retirement, or planning for college, Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood has products and knowledge to help. Earl's office is at 2900 South Hewland, Suite 50 in Fort Worth. Details online at earlwood.biz. That's earlwood.biz. State Farm is for life.
Wasps buzzing in your backyard? Spiders and ants taking over your kitchen? Rodents planning a housewarming party in your attic? Not on our watch. Alliance Pest keeps pests out and your home safe.
Wrapping up halftime from Herman Clark Stadium. The Royals be set to receive the second half kick. They won the opening toss and deferred. And quarterback 4 scores in the first half, 2 passing, 2 rushing. Good season for Jed Kates. I mean, even coming into tonight, over 2,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 6 picks. Now he's got 2 passing touchdowns, put him up to 21 on the season, and came in 485 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns. The rushing, he has more than 15 yards tonight, so he's over 500 yards rushing, and with 8 touchdowns. And he's just a junior. Jed Kates, son of Coach Jed Kates, set to return next year for a senior season. A lot of juniors on this Royals team set to return. 6 starting juniors on offense. And say 5 underclassmen on defense and 5 juniors. So the whole defense will return except for 1 player. The only senior on defense is the corner, Jackson Walker. This Royals team can gain some very valuable experience here in some postseason play. Translate on the halftime scoreboard reads are ready for the third quarter, but we don't have a Chaparrals team yet. The Royals are out stretching in the end zone. It's a little bit of a trek. There's Wyatt to the locker room out well beyond the buses in the end zone. Here, Wyatt's made it back out to the field. Few seconds to stretch. I've mentioned a few times for Wyatt that a Chris family member has been the head coach there for 38 of the last 42 years. Coach Zach Chris' father, Willie, took over the job in 1984. He coached the team for 20-odd years, and then Zach's brother took over the job for a couple years. Didn't stick too long. Father Willie came back for another couple seasons and then gave way to Zach 19 years ago, back in 2007. That's why Coach Kates and when I talked to Coach Antoine, Chris, they both mentioned just the history of that family at that school, and everyone around there knows the Chris's. Several of them on staff. Here we give Antoine Chris, who's Zachary Chris, the head coach, Antoine Chris, the defense coordinator, Dominic Chris, the offensive coordinator, and Anthony Chris is in charge of football operations. Teams have made it back to the sideline. Richland's waiting to make the whole run through the tunnel, and about half the team is already peeled off to the sideline. It's a small group waiting for theatrics. There they go. Richland Royals trying to stay hyped, keep the energy up for this third quarter and second half. Big lead out in front. We'll see if OD Wyatt is set to actually kick it away deep. They've already attempted an onside kick in the first half, and they're called for an offsides. Went too early at the start. The Royals in the white jerseys with the red pants and white helmets. The red stripe down the center of them and the blue, dark blue numbers. The OD Wyatt in their dark blue jersey with powder blue pants. And it looks like a dark gray helmets. We're set to go. Richland definitely expecting an onside. Everyone up around midfield. One deep man, Aaron Brooks, takes a few steps, backpedal to the 16 as Josh Acevedo kicks it away right into the chest of Aaron Brooks around the 20 and out of bounds across the 30. And our second half is underway. Royals going from our left to right. $11:59 here to go. Third quarter just underway. The junior quarterback, Brett Kates, quick throw left side and incomplete off the hands of Aaron Brooks. Looking to set up with some blocking. Complete. We'll have a 2nd and 10. Richland set quickly. One receiver out right, 3 to the left. Play action, throw, catch made, running grab for Aaron Brooks, just enough for a first down. Out to the 30 or to the 44-yard line. 11 yards and a first down. Quick throw near side, going down to make the catch. Ben Sanders, flag out as Ben had nowhere to go. Dance back, really a no gain, and we'll check the flags as well. A lot of whistles. A pass interference on the junior receiver, Kellen Williams. He was blocking too early. He was blocking down the field while that ball was in the air, and that moves the Royals way on back to their own 29-yard line. They need a first down at the Chaparral 46. quarter of the field to go for first. Resetting the game clock. Back up to 11:28. Now it's set to go. And we resume play. 4 down linemen for O.D. Wyatt. Brett Kates to throw deep down the seam for Ben Sanders. Over the shoulder, delivered it. Dropped it right in the bucket. A huge pickup of 45 yards. Brett Kates to Ben Sanders, just showing off now. 1st and 10. Rifled out left side. Aaron Brooks. Oh, what a move. Make the first guy, make the second guy, make a third guy miss. Then caught up from behind, but not before another first down, 10 yards. Wyatt just barely gets Ed Kindles off the field, making a few substitutions. 1st and 10. Brett Kates to throw again. Deep across the middle. Flag flies as he was looking towards Theo Gray the second. He got turned. Looked like defender got a hand on the hip. That's Camarion Harrison, the 5'9", 150 sophomore. Richland went at him, looking for Theo Gray the second. At 15, but it should be half the distance. No, they're going to go 15 from the 19 and put it at the 4. So Richland benefits and suffers from a PI on the drive. As a quick throw, left side incomplete. Brett Kates looking to get Theo Gray a touchdown. Can't connect. 2nd and 10, 10:38. Clock stopped in the 3rd. Shotgun. The running back is Mesa Korkula, and Korkula run off left side. He's into the end zone unscathed. Touchdown, Royals. A 5-yard touchdown for the 5'9", 165 senior backup running back Musa Korkula, his 3rd touchdown of the year. Puts the Royals up 69-29. Beck Spivey for another extra point. Nicely done. And Richland's put up 70 with 10:34 to play in the 3rd quarter. 70-29. Richland leads O.D. Wyatt. More Richland Royals. 5A Region 1 by-districts playoff football resumes after this timeout.
Welcome home. Our Country Homes, a 3rd-generation DFW-owned custom builder. We focus on clients' needs, building homes on lots or at any of our 18 lifestyle communities. Call 817-229-0344 or go to ourcountryhomes.com. Enjoy the game.
Ten touchdowns for Richland. Still 10.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. So we're about 25 minutes in game time. And Richland with 70 points. Offense has not been stopped once. Extra point sent away. And it's fair caught. around the 25-yard line. Well, at the 26. 10:31 to play in the third. Wyatt did have a score late in that second quarter and added on the 2-point try. Trying to make things interesting, but then a couple of stops, and here they are trying to go lateral. They'll hand off Arcavion Toombs looking for the edge. Cannot get around it. No gain, second and 10. They can't go over that left guard for OD Wyatt. Tyrese Garland, the 6'5", 400-pound senior. Here he is blocking as breaking out in the room. Dale Brown out across the 35. He's close to a first down. Nine yards and 3rd and 1. Third and 1, handoff to Dale Brown. Scoots his way across 35 for a first down and to the 40. No huddle for Wyatt. 4 down linemen for Richland. Handoff for Dale Brown into the pile, and it's good for 2. Second down and 8. Checking up on some other scores. Here's a number maybe for Richland to chase. Alito beat Saginaw. This was, I believe, yesterday. 80-12. Well, Richland could easily reach that 80 mark. It's Kentrell Stewart. Keeps it off the left side for 3 yards. And a late flag just flew in. No, the player's mouthpiece. North Crowley's really pulled away from Keller now, 36-7. Panthers on top. No, there was a flag. Yeah, that's backing up OD Wyatt on a unsportsmanlike. Well, Mansfield Lake Ridge has come all the way back. They lead Euless Trinity 48-38 as they start the 4th quarter. Euless Trinity, yeah, they're up a couple touchdowns earlier. Here's Kentrell Stewart, deep ball down the middle, incomplete. Reading it right on top of it in coverage was the freshman free safety Marvin Hodge. Here we are starting the 4th quarter. Fort Worth Arlington Heights 29, the Brewer Bears 23. Fun one over there. Again, Arlington Heights and OD Wyatt were co-District 4-5A champions. He can go to punt. A very high snap that he just somehow gets it away. Goes straight left to the sideline, out of bounds at midfield. It's spotted at the 50. Well, it's just about a 12-yard punt. And 8:03 to play in the third. Richland once again possesses the football, starting in solid field position on their own 40. Work on getting you some other numbers in the game right now, as there's a handoff up the middle, and if I'm not mistaken, that is no longer Brett Kates at quarterback. That is Miles Lee, the sophomore, in that quarterback. Miles Lee, a sophomore. His running back is Musa Kakula, backup senior. Definitely a couple of second stringers on the line. Here's a pulling play, trying to run right, but the OD Wyatt defense all over it. Dijon Everett in the backfield, along with Anthony Mims, 5'11", 180 senior rover. Loss of a couple of yards. And at center is sophomore George Lugo for Richland. This is the 3rd and 12 handoff for Musa Kakula, left side. Not much, just back to the line, and Richland content with a kind of quick 3 and outs. Goes through Miguel Thornsberry, another sophomore offensive lineman in the game. Along with Lane Moon, another sophomore. So a handful of sophomore offensive linemen already in for Richland. Sophomore quarterback and Miles Lee. High snap on the punt, Brett Kates. And he angles it away from the dangerous return man, Markavion Toombs. And nice bounce down to the 17-yard line. 43-yard punt. And 5:56 in the third. Wyatt's back on their own 17. Richland 480 yards of offense. Oh, Brett Kates 305 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. His night is done. He also ran for 27 yards and 2 scores. Dale Brown trying to get something going for the Chaparrals. Just 5 yards on the carry. Players running back and forth for ODY right now. Can't figure out the setup. Now they do. High snap. Kentrell Stewart hands off. Immediately grabbed in the backfield. Slipped the first tackle, but more danger awaited Dale Brown. A big loss. Forward progress. Gives him the 20-yard line. Just a 2-yard loss. After a first half of nothing but scoring, now the defense is starting to force some punts, and big plays aren't coming as frequently. Early movement. Kentrell Stewart rolls right. Now in trouble. Comes back this side. Nobody home. Tucks and runs, looks to pick up a couple blocks. Barrels into the defender at the 45. in on the stop after the nice gain. We had Paxton Weeks still in the game along with Jackson Walker. So it's a starting secondary for Richland. Yeah, and I still see the freshman free safety Marvin Hodge as well as Bryson Johnson. Or actually, it's been Noble Bradley. He's been the corner tonight for Royals. A handoff to, that's Justin Lindy, who bounces off a defender, finds a few extra yards to the 46, 8-yard pickup. Clock, it's 4 minutes and ticking. Fourth play of the drive for O.D. Wyatt. Give to Dale Brown, spins off the right side, pushing the pile forward out to about the 41, 3 yards. Good to O.D. Wyatt for the 8-2 season. They lost their first game of the season against Wichita Falls Memorial 35-22. Then went on to win 5 straight. Do a couple of close games. A pair of 21-20 victories. One against Fort Dunbar and one against Saginaw. Control Stewart throw under pressure. Launches across the middle, leaping chance, incomplete, too high for DeJohn Everett. But then after O.D. Wyatt had that 5-game win streak, there was snaps losing at home to 60-34. So you saw right there that O.D. Wyatt can give up some points. And they've won their last 3 games of the season against Pascal, Northside, and South Hills. Came into the playoffs tonight on a 3-game winning streak. Took care of business, but ran into a really tough offensive machine here in the Richland Royals. A small carry for, it was Justin Lindley again. And it's 3rd down and 7, 2:20 and counting in the 3rd. A fake. Kendrell Stewart keeps it. Slips through, 1st down to the 30. 8-yard pickup. Keeps the possession going for the Chaparrals. Next play will be their 8th. Tight end, Montre Gannon. He's 6 foot 170. He's off right tackle. By accident, Stewart the throw deep down the far right side, too far out in front of his intended receiver. He was looking for with Marcavion Toombs. Just made it all the way back. Indeed it was Toombs. 2nd and 10. Stewart in trouble, rolling right. Tucks and runs, hurdles a member on the sideline out of bounds after a 5-yard pickup. Actually, got more than 5. He was able to go about 6 yards. 10th play of the drive and a 3rd and 4. Kendrell Stewart keeps it, trying to navigate the lanes and gets out right about the 20. Near side official saying short. Far side line judge also initially short. First down for the Chaparrals, 40 seconds of counting in the 3rd. 11th play of the drive, started back on their own 17. Just a little under 6 minutes to go. Quick jet sweep, touch pass coming near side. Marcavian Toombs tripped up at the 10. Little pop pass counts as a pass, a 10-yard pickup, and a 1st and goal set up at the 10. Two receivers each way, and Kendrell Stewart wants to do it himself with his legs, upended hard by Jackson Walker inside the 5 at the 3. Clock winding down here in the 3rd. See if Wyatt decides to snap it. They do with 2, and Kendrell Stewart loses balance for a moment, strays up, and is tackled inside the 1. They say he's just short of the goal line. As time expires in the 3rd quarter on the 13th play of the drive, O.D. Wyatt knocking on the door. Has 3 quarters in the books from Herman Clark Stadium, and it's still all Richland Royals, 70-29. The Royals lead. O.D. Wyatt Chaparrals, more Richland Royals football on the Millennium Sports Network. Back after a quick timeout.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call State Farm agent Earl Wood in Fort Worth today.
Millennium Sports and the Richland Royals wish to thank tonight's broadcast. Think of DFW, More Than Air Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. State Farm is for life. Doty Real Estate and Construction, Josh and Danielle Doty. Macero Mexican Restaurant of South Lake and DFW. Our Country Homes, custom homes you can afford of DFW. Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills and DFW. Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth. James C. Bivens' book, Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available now on Amazon. The Harris Ratings Weekly, Corinth and Van Harris. 4th quarter from Fort Worth. A scoreless 3rd for O.D. Wyatt. This drive they're on started with 5:56 in the 3rd. So this play takes up at least 4 seconds. It'll be a 6-minute possession. It's 3rd and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Dale Brown, the running back, with Kendrell Stewart, the QB. Kendrell keeps it running straight right, picks up a block from Dale Brown, turns the corner at the end zone, fumbled it, but scored first. Touchdown, O.D. Wyatt. A 14-play drive. Took up 6 minutes and 2 seconds. Finally comes to an end on a 1-yard Kendrell Stewart touchdown run. I believe that's his 3rd rushing touchdown. He also has 2 through the air. It's 70-35. And Josh Acevedo on for the extra point. Kendrick Dillard on the hold, and the extra point is good from Josh Acevedo, and it's 70-36. Richland with 11:54 in the fourth quarter. More Richland Royals football on Millennium Sports Network after the timeout.
More Than Air serves DFW with high-quality sales and service of heating and air systems from Trane and other quality manufacturers. Choosing More Than Air offers temperature control and peace of mind. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a full system overhaul, call More Than Air 972-383-9510 or go online to morethanair.com.
Kentrell Stewart's over 200 yards rushing on the night for O.D. Wyatt. He has 3 rushing touchdowns, again the 2 passing touchdowns. He has about almost 300 yards of offense and 5 touchdowns. Just the Richland offense has been unmatched. Again, 10 offensive touchdowns, or 10 touchdowns in the game, should I say. 7 rushing, 5 from Ja'Shawn Gibson, 2 from Brett Kates, 2 passing from Brett Kates. You're keeping count, that's 9. The 10th touchdown came on from defense. Darion Jones, 25-yard scoop and score in that first quarter. Got the Royals going early. Richland has everyone up, expecting an onside of sorts. And Josh Acevedo just sends it deep over the head of Aaron Brooks, lets it bounce, almost slipped, picking it up around his 1. Contacted inside the 10 and taken down by a pair of Chaparrals there. The Royals start on their own 10. 11:44 left to play. And the Royals definitely have to keep an eye on how much rushing they've allowed tonight. The 218 yards for Kentrell Stewart, and the running back Dale Brown also has 110 yards on 23 carries. And the run and a gain of a loss of a couple of yards from Miles Lee. Sophomore backup quarterbacks coming in the game. He's looking to throw. Across the middle, catch made at the 15, turning up first down all the way across the 25-yard line. A nice pitch and catch for Caden Pouncey, the senior wide receiver. Not even on the 2D. Richland going quick, handing off, going wide to the right side. That was Isaiah White. He had nothing going, slipped in, like he lost a yard. 10:20 remaining. Quick throw near side, catch incomplete. Unable to bring it in. A quick throw, looking to set up with some blocks, was Colin Walker, the 5'9", 155 senior receiver. Clock stopped at 10:16. Third and 11 for the young sophomore Miles Lee. Hands it off. Musa Kurkula breaks a few tackles. There goes Kurkula into the open field. Makes a man miss. A couple of Chaparrals fell inside the 20. Musa tackled down inside the 5. They call him at the 5, 58 yards. Longest play of the season for Kirkula. And Richland wants to add on more. Isaiah White, the freshman running back, checks in. Give to Isaiah, slips the first tackle. And can't move the pile anymore, just a yard. Second and goal for the Royals. Actually, a late sub putting on extra lineman Tristan Robinson. Miles Lee takes the snap, hands off Isaiah White, the head of steam up the middle, in to the red, touchdown Royals. Richland adds on 76-36. How about an 11th touchdown of the night for Richland? We even have backup kickers in the game. Here's Noble Bradley for the extra point instead of the normal Beck Spivey. And Noble Bradley puts it through to make it a clean 77-36. Richland over Odie Wyatt. 9:08 remaining in the fourth quarter. Richland Royals football. This timeout.
Josh Doty is president and founder of Doty Construction, a Keller-based full-service remodeling company. As a member of the Fort Worth Builders Association, Doty Construction serves their clients with excellence and integrity. Learn more at doty-construction.com or call Josh at 817-688-6411 for your next project.
Still looking around for some other new incoming final scores as reaching that time of the night. A lot of games went around to an end in this opening round of the Texas High School playoffs here in Texas High School football. Touchback from Beck Spivey. 8 minutes left in the fourth. 42-20 North Crowley on top of the Keller Indians. Close game. Richardson, Berkner 27, Arlington Bowie 21. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Euless Trinity still down 2 scores to Mansfield Lake Ridge 47-38 with 2 minutes remaining in that game. Arcavian Toombs on the run wide right. He had a big gain, then a flag flies towards the end. 2 minutes left. Fort Worth Arlington Heights 29. Fort Worth Brewer, the Bears 23. So a late hit. From Richland gives an extra 15 yards. Odie Wyatt after the 10-yard mark run. 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Lake Highlands 36, South Grand Prairie 29. Eagle Mountain Knights, that new team over in Fort Worth, 28-12 over Benbrook with 2 minutes remaining. Kentrell Stewart lets it go. His ball is intercepted. Flag flies in the backfield. Interception for the freshman Marvin Hodge. He returns it back into Chaparral territory, but again, we'll check the laundry. And it's a hold that is declined. A hold on the offense and an INT thrown by Kentrell Stewart, his 5th of the season. The pick for the freshman Marvin Hodge. Well, how about that, Freshie? His 1st of the season, 1st of his career. Third turnover from O.D. Wyatt, and with 8:48. In the 4th, Richland takes over on the opponent 48. Miles Lee, the quarterback, tucks and runs himself, and then a late flag after he slides for an 8-yard pickup. Legal block in the back will send Richland on back. Negate the run from the quarterback, Miles Lee. Senior Musa Kakula has been the running back. Jayshon Gibson pretty much was needed after halftime. And Kakula and Isaiah White near the second half as Kakula off right tackle, just a couple yards back to the original line of scrimmage. Second and 11. Richland staring into the sideline pretty much as long as they can for offense coordinator Lamar. Sends in the play. Snapped at 1 on the play clock, and Isaiah White a minimal run, but none of the flag flies. Comes from the back end from our referee Lance Browning. Hold on Richland to back him up. Hold was declined. It's 3rd and 9 for Miles Lee. First chance under the bright lights. Hands off to actually, I think it was Musa Kakula. That was Isaiah White, the freshman, who was wrestled down hard a little bit after the whistle for a loss of 3 or 4. And a 3 and out for the Royals. Clock takes that 6:40 and going. Well, no point in punting if you're Richland. Offense staying out. Play clock down to 5. Miles lead, just gets set. 3. Takes the snap at 1. Wants to throw, near side, incomplete. Miscommunication or something, nowhere near. Intended receiver Caden Pouncey. And a turnover on downs for Richland. Let's OD Wyatt start in positive territory. They start on the 48-yard line, their own 48. 6 minutes, 16 seconds to play. Dale Brown carry off the left side. Lane quickly closed at the 45, a gain of 3. Second and 7, Kentrell Stewart escapes pressure, flicks his wrist, throwing on the run, and falls incomplete between 2 receivers. Marcavion Toombs and that's Lexington Bird, both kind of looking around. Not sure which one that was ball's intended for. Third down play. Dale Brown wide off right tackle. Lowers the shoulder. A first down. Pushes the pile for an extra yard. 35-yard line. Picked up 10. Keeps possession moving for OD Wyatt. This one reaching the ends next week. Richland versus Amarillo Sandys at Abilene. Friday, November 21st. Pregame at 6:25 p.m. The More Than Air pregame show here on Millennium Sports Vision. We'll be making the trip out to continue to cover the Richland Royals. As Dale Brown breaks into the secondary, he's upended at the 6. Arlington Heights adds on another late score, 36-23 over the Brewer Bears. Fort Worth Arlington Heights survive. Still 3.5 minutes left in that game, but now 36-23 lead. A very short timeout. They've already signaling to restart the clock. Yeah, they do. Kentrell Stewart on second and goal. Throw incomplete for Lexington Bird. Had him with just off his outstretched fingertips. 3rd and goal, ball on the right hash. Clock is stopped at 4:05. A lot of moving parts in the Royals defense. Showing pressure. Ball is bobbled by Kentrell Stewart. Picks it up running back. Now turns it forward. He's going to turn it into a positive play. He turns it into 6 points. A broken play turned into a touchdown. For Kentrell Stewart and O.D. Wyatt for Stewart. That's his 4th rushing touchdown tonight. That's 2 passing. He'll be a returning player for O.D. Wyatt next year. He's a 6', 160 junior. It'll be a really nice returning piece for the Chaparrals. The extra points from Josh Acevedo, good. A flag off the snap from the far side. I believe the points were stand. It is 77-43. Richland over O.D. Wyatt. 3:55 to play from Herman Clark Stadium in Fort Worth. More Richland Royals 5A by-district playoff football. Millennium Sports Network continues in a moment.
Wasps buzzing in your backyard? Spiders and ants taking over your kitchen? Rodents planning a housewarming party in your attic? Not on our watch. Alliance Pest keeps pests out and your home safe.
And 20 points total scored between these two teams here tonight. And 11 touchdowns for Richland. You have, I believe that's what, 7 touchdowns for Wyatt. A lot of kickoffs and celebrations in the end zones. But again, Richland going on to play Amarillo next week in Abilene. We have the coverage, 6:25 pregame. The more heating and air pregame show as an onside from O.D. Wyatt is successful. Chaparrals get the ball back with 3:50. Richland had most of their men up around the line. They've got it on their own 46-yard line and 3:50 to play. Kentrell Stewart right back on the field. A quick throw. It's first catch, I believe, of the night for Lexington Bird. Turns upfield, picks up 10 to the 44 of Richland and whistles on the far side. Don't see it flag. Oh, there was a flag back. A few yards back. Offsides on Richland, but it was declined. First and 10. Clock resumes, 3:30. Kentrell Stewart, a shoulder fake and a throw. Catch to John Everett. Flag. He caught it inside the 35. A moment, 13-yard pickup to the 33. eligible man downfield. That'll cost Wyatt. Back him up to the 49 right before midfield. 1st and 15. A run for Dentrell Stewart. Right into the back of some linemen, just 2 yards. .245 counting. Both teams have all their timeouts. 4-man rush from Richland to hand off to Dale Brown, trying to jump over some Royals that are on the turf, but slammed down by a couple of Royals. And on stop, Jack English, a sophomore linebacker, and also credit senior defensive lineman Gavin Hamilton. Third and 11. Snap right before the 2-minute timeout. Kentra Ward, last play before the timeout. Throws on the run. Going down to the ground, making a sliding catch. Yes. Around the 25-yard line. Good for Demarion Woods on the catch. And that takes us to the 2-minute timeout. 1:56 to play in the fourth. 77-43. Richland over O.D. Wyatt on the Millennium Sports Network.
Established in 1962, the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth is Tarrant County's best. Located at 1509 South University. Open daily, 24 hours, and home of the Mega Pancake Challenge. You can reach us at 817-336-0311 to order in or for catering. See our menu online at oldsouthpancakehouse.com. Enjoy the game.
Under 2 minutes to play. Intro Miller to throw. Flushed. Wants to heave it. Deep as he can. Hanging in the air and intercepted. Coming back the other way. The Royals stumbling out across the 30-yard line. On the INT for T.J. Purser, a sophomore defensive back, with his first big-time interception. And Richland's a 1:43 away. Taking this one to the house. They will blindside block after the interception. Will Richland start this drive back on their 17, but expect them to be able to just about run it out. Sophomore Miles Lee still the quarterback. Handoff is a new running back. First time we've seen Jordan Boyd, a sophomore, tonight. Remember with the JV and freshman seasons ending, the varsity when you get to the playoffs, able to call up and add onto the roster a bunch of those players. And some of those guys get some neat opportunities in a late game like this. Spent the whole year playing JV and then get to carry the ball in a playoff football game a week or two later. Oh, it's big play in the backfield. What a hit. Odin Wyatt shot like a cannon back there. Daryl Griggs the second. 6 foot 220 senior, second down. Well, it's third down, but play clock and game clock only separated by about 12 seconds. Richland just needs to snap it one more time. Jordan Boyd will do the honors on a little 1 yard pickup. And teams will line up and meet at midfield. As this one at Herman Clark Stadium is final. 77-43. Richland controls and dominates start to finish. And advance to the area round in the 5A Division I, Region 1 UIL playoffs. And there's Amarillo in Abilene next week. Location still to be ironed out. We'll have the More Than Air pregame show for you next Friday at 6:25 p.m. Pardon me, 6:25 again. We'll be on air. Have your coverage for more Richland Royals football. We launch into the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth post-game show. Quickly start out thanking our broadcast sponsors for Origin Bank of DFW, Bank Original, More Than Air Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. State Farm is for life. Doty Real Estate and Construction, Josh and Danielle Doty. Macero Mexican Restaurant, South Lake and DFW. Our Country Homes, custom homes you can afford of DFW. Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills and DFW. Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth. Author James C. Bivens' book, Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available now on Amazon. And Harris Ratings Weekly of Corinth and Van Harris. Our second half scoring summary brought to you by Earl Wood State Farm of Fort Worth. Richland started the second half with a touchdown drive on the 8-play drive, and Musa Kurkula punched it in, made it 70-29. And then Odie Wyatt, a couple possessions later, that was that 14-play drive, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run from Kentrell Stewart, 70-36. But then Richland would do it again, 6 plays, 90 yards. And then Isaiah White, 4-yard touchdown run, made it 77-36. And then Wyatt, one more possession, an 8-play drive, 48 yards. Kentrell Stewart, touchdown run, made it 7-43, and that was the final score. Scoring summary brought to you by Earl Wood State Farm of Fort Worth. As now we will take a look at our final stat board. The stat board brought to you by Our Country Homes. 77-43 the final. Richland 23 first downs, 583 yards of total offense, 327 in the air, 256 on the ground. Odie Wyatt had 26 first downs, 480 total yards of offense, 398 on the ground, and 82 in the air. Again, Richland is much more efficient, 14.2 yards per pass and 8.3 yards per carry. while O.D. Wyatt got just 4.3 yards per pass and 6.6 yards per carry. 4 turnovers on the Chaparrals, none for Richland, 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. And penalties, big on both sides, 8 for 105 yards on Richland, 7 for 75 yards on O.D. Wyatt. Individuals, Jed Kates for Richland, the quarterback, junior, 14 of 20, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns. Carried the ball 5 times for 27 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. Sophomore quarterback Miles Lee was 1 of 3 in relief for 22 yards and a 15-yard carry. Richland rushing Ja'Shawn Gibson all in the first half. 11 carries, 146 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Mersa Kukula added 63 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jordan Boyd, 4 yards and 3 carries. Isaiah White, a yard and a touchdown. Richland receiving, Bid Sanders, 4 catches, 119 yards. Ja'Shawn Gibson, 2 catches, 99 yards and a touchdown. Aaron Brooks, 4 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown. Caden Pouncey, a 22-yard grab. Bowen Blankenship caught a 17-yard pass. Brady Blankenship caught a 3-yard pass. And for Fort Worth O.D. Wyatt, Kentrell Stewart, just 5 of 19 passing, 82 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Did run the ball 29 times for 244 yards and 4 scores. Running back Dale Brown, 28 carries, 137 yards. Markavion Toombs, 3 runs for 17 yards. Alan Bain, a catch for 22 yards and a touchdown. Lexington Bird, a 10-yard catch. Markavion Toombs, 2 catches, 4 yards. And John Everett, 1 catch, 46 yards, and a touchdown for Wyatt. Again, that stat board brought to you by our Country Homes. 77-43, the final for Richland over O.D. Wyatt from Herman Clark Stadium here in the 5A Region 1 Division 1 by-district playoff matchup. The win, the Royals advanced to 8-3 overall to play, and they play the Amarillo Sandies next Friday in Abilene. Airtime here on Millennium Sports Network at 6:25 p.m. The loss for O.D. Wyatt ends the Chaparrals season. Hats off to Coach Zachary Chris and his bunch. They finished 8-3 overall, and again, they were co-district champions. First time the school won some hardware in 25 some odd years. And I imagine that's what Coach Chris is telling his players down on the sideline, down on a knee on the field right now in this post-game interviews. Folks, we need to thank for getting us on here tonight, letting us kick off this Texas high school football playoff season, the most exciting time of the year with an exciting one. For 77-43, the Richland final for Birdville ISD Athletic Director Barry Norris and the Birdville FAAC Stadium Director and Assistant Athletic Director Lisa Master. For Richland head coach Jed Kates, O.D. Wyatt head coach Zachary Chris, and assistant head coach Antoine Chris. For DFW Media, Dallas Morning News, High School Game Day, Fort Worth Star Telegram, Denton Record Chronicle. For Millennium Sports, President John Frow. For the play-by-play analyst Brendan Snow, the videographer Rick Snow, and our sound coordinator Antonia Juarez. O.D. Wyatt versus Richland football is written, produced, and directed by John Frow and the Millennium Sports Network. Copyright 2025. So again, tune in with us next week when the Royals take on Amarillo in the area round of the 5A playoffs, and continue to follow Millennium Sports on our social medias, on our YouTube. If you're not liked and subscribed to the channel now at Millennium Sports Network DFW, and join us on this journey with the Royals all the way until the end. So, signing off from Herman Clark Stadium in Fort Worth. Thank you for joining us on this Friday night. Hope you stay safe and enjoy the rest of the weekends. Good night.
You've been listening to Millennium Sports' presentation of Richland Royals by-district championship football. The Royals wish to thank tonight's broadcast sponsors: Origin Bank of DFW, Bank Original, More Than Air Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing Exterior and Fence of Keller, State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth, Doty Construction and Real Estate, Danielle and Josh Doty. Our Country Homes of DFW, custom homes you can afford. Macero Mexican Restaurant of Southlake, Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills and DFW, Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth, author James C. Bivens' book, Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available now on Amazon, and Harris Ratings Weekly of Corinth and Van Harris. Join Millennium Sports next Friday night, November 21st at 6:25 p.m. for the Origin Bank Richland Royals Region Quarterfinal Playoff Pregame Show and kickoff at 7 p.m. This is the Millennium Sports Network.